Welcome back to the Gaming Block Podcast, your number one podcast for all of the pertinent video game news spanning across all platforms, including Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, and more. I'm your host, Andrew Arana, and today I'm joined by one half of the bad boys of video games, Roger Bennon III, and for the first time ever, Ida Smoots. Welcome to the Gaming Block. Air claps. All right, so if I seem annoyed, it's because we just spent an hour trying to set up this podcast, and here we are recording in Discord. We've done this before, so it should be fine. It should sound fine. And I've already done the intro, but I'm just going to do it again, which is okay. So we have Ida joining us today for the first time ever. And, in the first recording, I felt like I explained it really well. It's like this whole thing, how, I made this podcast 9 years ago, and it's a concept about opinions and things like that, blah, blah, blah. It was
really good.
Yeah, it was. I actually just don't kind of give a fuck anymore. So she's here. Maybe she'll be here in the future. Maybe she won't. There you go. But really what it was about was so she's joining us today, and she might join us in future episodes. She's, of course, invited whenever she would like to join. But she's not a replacement. She's not a replacement for like Jake or Roger or me. She's just here to join into the crew. People might have noticed that lately the brotherhood that I like to call it, the three of us, it's been kind of a struggle for us.
We actually hate each other now.
Yeah, so I mean that's really the big thing, is that we fucking hate each other. But the big thing is that it's been kind of difficult for us to record. Actually, you can just look at last year's uploads. We upload like 7 times or something in the whole year.
Just like our last 3 uploads, there's like one where we're all together.
Yeah, or that too. You look at the last 3 or 4 and there's just like one we're all together. And that's just kind of the nature of being adults. This isn't our job at all. This is a side thing. This is a hobby. We enjoy it. We like to come around and talk about video games and stuff, but we also have lives. So I think getting more people integrated into the cast is a good thing. And there'll definitely be times where there will be all 4 of us. There'll be times where it's Roger, Jake, Ida, and me. There might be times where it's Roger, Ida, and me, or Ida, Jake, and me, or whatever combination you can think of, it'll probably happen. And this is also kind of a doorway too, since we are 70 something episodes in, and it has been just us 3 the entire time, aside from when we did that interview, which, by the way, I have been thinking about more interviews and people to interview and things like that.
That's pretty cool too.
Yeah, when we did that interview with Team Kahoe, I can't remember, but the guys that are making that Bionicle game, go ahead and check that out, and also follow them because they were fantastic, and I really enjoyed that interview.
I feel like I accidentally insulted them like at a couple points.
I mean, it's it is what it is.
They were super cool about it.
Yeah. But that was great. Check that out. But those are kind of like those are guests. We're having a guest. Ida's not a guest. Ida is a cast member, as you could call it, for going Disneyland rules. And she's
the Disney Plus spin-off TV show.
Yeah, she's our Secret Wars. Not the best rated, but still part of the MCU.
Oh, there.
Value Disney.
There you go. Honestly, she was talking about before we were recording and while we were recording the first time how half her stuff came from Five Below. So, Great Value might be a little too bougie for her.
I'm Five Below Disney. I'm Dollar Tree Disney.
Yeah. She's the I guess the Warner Brothers of Disney.
That hurts.
But definitely like always looking out for different views and opinions. And I do think having a female perspective on a lot of things is going to be exciting, at least for me. And definitely like informative and helpful too, because we've
been needing a diversity hire for a while now.
Yeah. The Slightly Entertained Media Productions has been just a bunch of white dudes for too long. So now we got a white girl. Amazing.
Yeah.
This definitely does open the door though, and I do think that looking into the future, I said it in the other recording, but I'll say it again here. Love of my life, my wife Susan. I've offered her many times to join us on the podcast, and a lot of the time she's been kind of nervous about it or unsure about it and things like that. But lately she's been more and more comfortable with the thought of it, I guess you could say, or the idea of joining us on the podcast. And I do think that we're going to get her in here sooner rather than later, especially since she's been playing a lot of like Breath of the Wild, and she's been playing.
You told me she's been doing a lot of gaming.
Honestly, so cool little nitbit. Nitbit, is that a term? I don't know. I think it's something grandmas say.
Tidbit? Is that what you're looking
Tidbit,
for?
yeah, that's the word.
That's like cross between that and nitpick. I'm like, those are very different things.
Kind of the same thing if you think about it. Don't think about it too long though, because then you'll realize they're not the same at all. But we were playing Mario Kart today. I had to work in the morning, and then I worked a little after the afternoon. But we had some time together and we played Mario Kart, and it's kind of scary what I've created. I've created a gamer.
Yeah,
but
that is a very scary thing.
yeah. We were playing Mario Kart, and not only did she like consistently get like second place, she beat me a few times.
Oh man.
Yeah, there was one Grand Prix that we finished where we tied for first, and I was like, "This is unacceptable."
Yeah,
because when we started,
you're a guy of gaming.
When we started dating, she consistently got 11th place. And now
don't out her like that, dude. Don't out her like that.
Oh, it's fine. She knows.
Well,
She's fine
that's actually like the road, the path you take on Mario Kart. You always start out really, really bad, and you're always last place. Then you just jump to first and second consistently.
Yeah.
Wow, I haven't reached that, I guess.
Well,
yeah, you'll get
maybe
there.
one day when
everybody has a different path.
When you're an actual gamer.
Once you become a gamer.
I also want to throw out a little more evidence. It's so funny. We were talking about the Last of Us show. We recently watched the Left Behind episode, which I think is episode 7 or something.
Yeah, it's something like that.
It's near the end, but not the end. And I'm really liking watching these because they're kind of like movies. And I like how long we've been watching this because, you know, the zeitgeist is gone. Everyone watched it. Everyone finished it. But we're still here in almost July. And we're still like, oh, let's watch The Last of Us now. It's like, this is really nice going back and seeing it and getting time to like marinate on all the ideas and what's happening and things like that. So, anyway, she was talking with some people at her job about The Last of Us show and how they had watched it. And then she was like, yeah, have you played the game? And they were like, there's a game? And she said, and it was so funny because she was like, I don't even understand how people can watch it without playing the game. Like, how do you even? I was like,
so she's played the game. She's played
some of the game. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And she's watched me play it too. Yeah.
Cool.
But that was one of the first games.
For season 2.
Yeah. What?
You're ready for season 2 or you're not ready?
The populace that hasn't played the game is
I cannot wait to see how people react to season 2 because I feel like it's going to be like a second wave all over again.
So have you played Last of Us 2?
Yeah.
You have. Ida, have you?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. So we all know.
Mm-hmm. We all know. We know.
It's one of my favorite PS4 games. Nonstop.
Yeah.
I like all Barcel or something. I don't know. Ida, introduce yourself. Tell us a little about yourself. The audience knows nothing about you. Are you even a gamer?
I am. I recently put almost 200 hours into Tears of the Kingdom. I'm a big Zelda fanatic. It's the series that I have stuck to from my childhood. So I branch out to a lot of indie titles.
There you go. I mean, honestly, that's all you really need. She likes Zelda and indies.
Yeah,
there you go.
I mean that's the best we got right now. So you're picking good.
Hey, we're gonna get into it here in a second. Actually, you know what? That was a good enough introduction. Fuck it. Let's just move on to what we're playing, and I'm gonna start first because I'm the fucking host, and don't you forget that. And I need you to
not finisher of games, so you can play a lot of games.
And that leads straight into the fucking conundrum I've been having. And this has become a nightly thing for like the past 4 nights. Is I'm playing 4 games right now, and
what I'll do pretty low for you.
Last night.
It is kind of low. So what I've been doing is I'll start the night. God bless my wife, her dealing with me. It's fine actually because she's been playing a lot of Animal Crossing and Zelda, so it's fine. We're doing our own thing.
Is she gonna play Tears of the Kingdom after she's done Breath of the Wild, or
we'll see if she gets burned out. Yeah, I'm sure eventually she will play Tears, but I don't know if she'll play it like right away.
I can imagine playing all Breath of the Wild and then playing Tears of the Kingdom. That's a lot of that style of game.
Definitely.
Tears of the Kingdom is a lot of that style of game by itself.
But I'll start the night by turning my PlayStation on, and I'll play some Theatrhythm, Final Fantasy, Final Barline.
I saw you playing that on I think launch day for Final Fantasy 16.
It was on launch day. I was
like, what the fuck is he doing?
So what I'll do is I'll play that, and then I'll sneak in some Tears of the Kingdom, like whether that be before or after some part of the day. I will play Tears of the Kingdom because I'm like, God, I have to, because if I don't, I'm never gonna beat this game.
Yeah, you
So I'll
don't
play
want
some
that.
Tears of the Kingdom. And then after I've played a sufficient amount of Theatrhythm, which for those of you that don't know or remember, that is the Rhythm Final Fantasy game. Really good. I recommend it. After I put enough time in it, I'll jump over to Final Fantasy VIII Remastered on the PS5 because
God.
I'm still only halfway through that. And my mileage in that game varies. It could be an hour, it could be 30 minutes.
So
Who really knows?
my question to you is, why did you start that?
I started that weeks ago, and I thought by this time I would have beaten it.
Why did you think that?
I don't know. I really fell off hard of it, and I'm at that point now where I'll start it up again. I'll be like, okay, what's happening again? Like,
Yeah.
I think, who are these characters? Okay, I kind of remember them.
I do want to go back and play a lot of those other Final Fantasy games, but like I know my limits, I know my boundaries.
Yeah.
So.
And then, of course, to end the night, usually around midnight or something, I'll start Final Fantasy 16 up.
You're a very controlled, chaotic individual. I'll give you that.
Well, I want to. It's kind of nice actually because all the big games have kind of stopped.
That is
now.
nice. We have a little bit of a break.
Yeah.
Is Spider-Man 2 like the next big one coming out?
Well, I mean, there's
when does Starfield come out?
around that.
Oh,
It's
well,
all
Thursday.
Thursday.
No, Tuesday? The
Star-
27th.
Starfield.
Oh, no. I misheard you.
What you
Oh.
What did you think he said? Are you thinking
Story
about?
of Se-
Huh?
Story of Seasons.
Oh, Story of Seasons. That's fair.
Yeah.
That
I
could be a
do
good
want to
one.
play it. I do want to play that, but that's just Starfield comes out September 6th.
Yeah, and I think Spider-Man's October.
It is October 20th.
Yeah, so there's a little bit of time, but I think end of August, and then because I think like Lords of Fallen is in August, Armored Core is in August, and things. So if you're interested in that stuff, but we have a little bit of break, so I want to kind of like get through these games, and I want to platinum Theatrhythm because I've already put so much time into it and stuff, and I also just love rhythm games, so
Yeah.
that's kind of my platinum grind right now, and then Final Fantasy 16 I'll probably platinum too eventually, and I gotta say, no spoilers, obviously the game just came out. We're not gonna do that, but
There is spoilers. It'd be like the first 5 hours of the games, I'm sure.
yeah,
for
like
us,
from the
so.
demo or something. But I started up the game and I started my save right after the demo.
Yeah.
And I already know you've gone this far, but that first boss battle after the demo save,
Mhm.
it was one of those things where I started playing. I was like, okay, how do I play again? Like, what are the controls? And then I was like, holy shit, this game is so good.
So
That's literally
what
how it went for me.
What I did is I switched to the Type B control scheme because it's more like a Souls-like experience, which is like
Okay.
a control setup I'm more familiar with.
Mhm.
And I basically had to relearn from scratch. I was like, it was cool because now I'm to a point where like I can really like have fun with the action combo system, and I've unlocked some stuff that gives me more options.
Mhm.
And it is like a great experience. But like I almost wish I replayed the demo just to like relearn that control scheme.
I kind of wanted to do that too, but then I was like, I just want to get into it, I'm like, I just
Same.
want to get into this, and that whole intro part to the post demo, I guess you'd say, so good, and
It was really good.
it's interesting because every boss battle I've had so far in this game, it's kind of been like this thing of it's almost feeling like a bullet sponge, the enemies are,
Yeah.
but with the stagger system, it doesn't.
The stagger system, it gives you a smaller goal to work towards.
Yeah.
And over the grand theme. And for me, the fun is like seeing the different ways I can pull off combos. Somebody I know described it as like The Witcher 3 meets Devil May Cry. And like,
That's actually
honestly,
a good description.
That's like a really good way to describe it.
Yeah.
Is that in a lot of ways that's how it feels.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. I don't know how far you've made it, but
Not far.
Yeah.
I got to the hideout and then I fell asleep.
Okay, all right, that's fair. I've unlocked some more tools in my tool belt, and it just keeps expanding, like how much fun you can have with it. So
Awesome. I love to hear that. Love it. I don't remember if I mentioned this too in the last episode. I might have, but I beat Resident Evil 4 Remake. I know I
think
told
mentioned
you.
this- Yeah, you told me. I don't know if you've told it in like this setting.
I don't know. If I did, sorry, I'm being redundant, but fantastic game. I highly recommend it. Go play it. Is it one of the best games ever made? No.
Do you think Resident Evil 4 is one of the best games ever made?
Yes.
Interesting.
But that's a different discussion
I guess so. Yeah.
because it has to do with like design, when it came out, what it
Yeah,
influenced.
it
That's
depends
the whole
on
thing.
like I think it's like one of the best games for the industry to come out, Resident Evil 4. But if it's one of the best games ever made, and I'm comparing all games from all times and just
Yeah.
putting them all against each other, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
If you
no,
some-
totally.
Honestly, I feel like something like Persona 4 has a better chance of holding the test of time than like Resident Evil 4.
And you know what? Segue, Ida, what have you been playing lately?
I finished Tears of the Kingdom a couple days ago, and I
for
have
you.
dove straight into Persona 4 for the first time. First game of Persona I've ever played.
It's
I'm
almost
so
like
excited for
we
you.
just did a spoiler cast that you can listen to on podcast services. Google the gaming block on any. Well, actually, you're probably listening on there or YouTube.com/thatoneandrew. Anyways, you're liking the game?
Oh yeah. Actually, watching the spoiler cast completely sold me on it. And the benefit
that.
is, it's such a wacky game where I knew nothing about it, so I remember nothing from the spoiler cast.
We
Yeah.
were very all over the place too.
We were.
So I can see if you don't know it being very like, yeah, you wouldn't really know what to expect.
She said something specific, kind of. You know, I'm ad-libbing here, but she was like, the way you guys were gushing about the game, I had to get it. And I was like,
Absolutely.
that's kind of like why we did the spoiler cast. I mean, that's we're gonna do more spoiler casts, and there might be games where we're like, this game fucking sucks. But even then, that's why we're doing it
to do
too.
one where we're negative on.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was when we all just loved so much. So
Jake hasn't played much of it, right?
Jake,
Jake's played about half of it.
I'd say about halfway through. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's an 80-hour game, isn't it? If you just follow main story.
I mean,
It
it depends.
It depends. Yeah.
Between 60 and 80.
Yeah.
It's not
I'd say
100
that's
though.
range.
It's not
I've already
100.
put like 7 hours into it, so I'm really excited.
Yeah, no, I'm happy for you, and I've been championing this since 2013. Play Persona 4 Golden, play it, and it was actually nice too.
Oh.
As someone who a new challenger has approached, welcome in, Jake.
Yeah.
Hello. Happy to see you in here. We're talking about
you.
Persona 4 Golden right now. We're talking about what we've been playing, so you haven't really missed much.
Okay.
And there he goes. Anyways, before back in the day when I was like, okay, play Persona 4 Gold, you have to. And they're like, awesome, what do I have to play? And I'm like, Vita. And that's
Exactly.
it. And everyone's like, of course, everyone's like, I don't have a Vita. And I'm like, well, A, you should. And B, it is worth it.
Right.
And Jake actually did go out and he did get a Vita for that game. And, obviously, like, I think it was worth it. He said that it was worth it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it was
Got
so
it just
nice.
for Persona, and I didn't have anyone but the one you let me borrow.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
thankfully, I was able to buy it for $20 on Amazon back then, and now that's not the
Right.
price of it anymore.
Well, it is on other platforms, and that's what I was gonna say. Is it is so nice where when Ida was like, do I have to get a Vita for this? I was like, nah, man, it's on everything now.
But
It's
if you want
totally
an authentic
accessible.
experience, then yeah.
Yeah, if you want that authentic PS2.
You don't get the good Chie if you do PS2.
Controversial. I mean, I agree, but controversial. No, but I am so happy that you're playing it, and I just implore everyone else to go out and play that game. Actually, Susan, love of my life, she was also saying how she kind of wants to go and play it again because she got like probably 10-15 hours in, which this was years ago when she was still kind of getting new to games and things like that. She didn't have 100 hours in Animal Crossing or whatever. So
Well, and I'll say the intros for the Persona games are like really long. And,
yeah, they are.
I feel like that's their biggest weakness is you not knowing if it's like right for you because they're so long.
Dude, honestly, like going back to Persona 5, that is something that like it just kind of bogs me down every single. I'm just like, I want to get through the tutorial.
And honestly, Persona
Mhm.
4 is a little bit of the same way. I think it's a little worse than Persona 5.
I
but
think it
it's
is,
still, It's still an
Yeah.
issue where it's like you really like don't get into the thick of it until like you're past those first dungeons, and they can take a while. So
Yeah.
But coming from someone who's never played any of them before, it was about 4.5 hours in where I finally got out of the tutorial. And honestly, I was just having a blast.
Yeah.
yeah.
It didn't feel like a tutorial. So I
Good.
think that's something that, giving them credit, they did really well.
Yeah.
What do you think of the music?
I've already made so many notes of the music.
Nice.
It's phenomenal. I really do love it. It's one of my biggest nitpicks in games, and they're doing very well right now.
Good.
It was hilarious. I remember when I was first starting to play it, and I texted Andrew. I was like, I'm like 2 hours in. Is this a visual novel or something, or is there like a game to this?
Is there actual gameplay? I'm like, yes, it's there. It's there. You just gotta get through it. I promise. No, that's awesome though. And Jake, welcome in.
Hey,
We're glad that you're here. Thank God we had an hour of technical difficulty so you could show up.
Well, good.
But what have you been playing? What have you been up to? You've actually been you picked up something interesting recently.
Yeah. So I've been reading the Book of Mormon.
Oh,
that's pretty.
Always a good
metal,
one.
No, I'm just kidding. I beat Zelda, the new Tears of the Kingdom, pretty mid. But then I started playing Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions. So that's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, getting hyped for Spider-Man 2
It's right there.
He needed to play a good game after Zelda, so
I'm so excited. I'm the only one in this call right now in this podcast that hasn't beaten Zelda yet.
Yeah, Andrew, if I have any recommendation for you, it's just go ahead and beat the game. Like,
yeah,
too late. I'm already, dude. I almost
doing the Koroks. Gotta do the Koroks first, and then I'll beat the game.
I have 333 Koroks. I'm a third of the way through. I gotta keep. Anyways, no, I'm not gonna do all the Koroks, but I'm gonna do other towers.
The Koga side quest. I think the Koga side quest is fun.
I'm going to.
I think it's got enough there to where like if you really want to do a lot of stuff, you can go for a long time. But if you're also getting burnt out, like it's fine to just go through and beat the game.
No,
like,
totally.
It's however you want to experience it.
I just beat the second dungeon and I just got the Master Sword and I almost unlocked the entire depths now. I've gotten and I actually kind of really enjoy just like my stupid little monkey brain really likes like checking boxes off. It's like it's why I like Ubisoft games and like unlocking that entire map is just really like it gets me that dopamine hit. So
for me, it's like a mix of that and I'm such a hoarder that just collecting more shit. This is always a joy for me.
Definitely. So, but I will beat it soon.
I wish I would have explored more of the depths. I don't think I explored any of the southeast portion of the depths at all. Like, and I didn't do the northwest at all either.
Yeah. There's some good shit in the northwest, but the southeast, I don't remember there being a lot of stuff down there.
No, I mean honestly, a lot of it is empty, and a lot of it I do just kind of walk past. But there are some interesting things down there. Yeah. But we'll save all this.
The northeast is the best too. That's where the fire temple's at. So
yeah,
that's pretty cool.
I will beat it soon, and we'll definitely do a spoiler cast on it when I beat it, because talking to each one of you individually about it, it's been super interesting.
Yeah, it's been pretty great.
It's been very. And it's also interesting because it's like not what I expected, but I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be a really good discussion, and might be some unexpected things talked about.
We all played a bad game, everyone.
Yep, that's it. It's worst game of the year. But speaking of that, no, wait, that's not the transition. With that in mind, it's once again time.
Playing Spider-Man.
Yeah, Jake's playing Spider-Man. Susan's over here crowding over. We got a little cameo over here. Susan, something really cool to show you later. Oh, you know what? Actually, fuck it. Roger, what's your sister's name?
Oh, Elena. Or I guess online she goes by Cat at Matt. Okay,
Elena / Cat at Matt. Shout out to you. You are fucking awesome. I got an email, Jake, and I'll send you this. I got an email, and this is Roger's sister. And his sister made what do you call it? Like
an animated I think what is it, animatronic or something?
Like
you know how
waiting screen or something like that?
You know how Rusty did the animated like episodes of the podcast and stuff? Yeah. She made one of those of us on our Persona. Yeah, and it's super fucking cool.
It is really cool.
So like I saw that and I literally got the biggest smile. Yeah, I'll send you the link afterwards and stuff like that. But it's so fucking awesome.
Hire
her. Thank you so much. Hire her. Yeah, I'll pay you the exact same amount that we get paid, which is nothing. But no, seriously, thank you so much. Shout out to you. I will post a link of it in the description of the YouTube
hi, Susan.
channel. Susan's back there. Yeah.
I like her little wall of boxes to hide her right there.
Well, we're moving, so we got the boxes out.
That background you were telling me
This is it. We got the new background right back here. It's just collector's boxes. But no, check out the link in the YouTube description or go to patreon.com/slightlyemp and I'll post the link up there too. But it's super cool. Go check it out. Really appreciate it.
Type it in on your chat pads, everyone.
Yeah, chat pads, everyone. But with that in mind, it's once again time for everyone's favorite segment, the Gaming Riddle. Roger, theme song.
Game Boy Advance.
That was it. Game Boy Advance.
All right, there it is. Okay, so Susan was talking to me, love of my life, in case you fucking forgot already. She was talking to me and she was like, your riddles are just too easy. And I was like, fine, you choose the riddle, Susan. You do it.
Ooh,
and she
did it?
She picked the game. I actually have it pulled up. Because it's good luck.
You could have her do the riddle, and then all of us could try and guess it. That'd be pretty cool.
Here's the thing. For this game, you don't have to be super specific. You don't have to get the subtitle right, but you need to get the platform
There's
right.
a subtitle.
And you need to get the base of the game right. Ida, how this works, you're new here, is that it's a riddle.
About a game.
I'm going to read you the riddle. There's a specific game. It could be from any time, any platform. You get 3 questions, especially now when there's 3 of you, 3 questions each. The third question has to be you guessing the game. So like you could ask, was it released before 2000? Was it a platformer? Or is it a platformer? Anything like that. But the last one has to be like, is it Zelda Tears of the Kingdom? And if I say yes, you win, you get the point. Now, obviously you can guess right away. They've done that before based on the riddle. If you were confident in that, Jake is double headphoning. He's going to tune in very closely to this riddle.
Oh yeah,
because he wants to get it right.
Bye, Obama.
But I'm going to read the riddle, and then I'll choose one of you to ask the first question. So the riddle goes as follows. I don't know.
It's just Barack Obama now.
I'm going to read it though either way.
Okay.
Tricks and treats, you better move your feet. Get out of town, away from the scary clown. Ghost, monsters, and demons scare, but don't catch yourself running and place in the air. That is the riddle. You have the doc. You can read it if you'd like again. And
let's go first.
I'm gonna let tradition dictates Roger goes first.
Is it Scooby-Doo?
That's not specific enough.
Is it Scooby-Doo Night of 100, Friday of 100 Nights, or whatever it was?
Hold on.
Roger, if you get this right, oh my god.
I know my Scooby-Doo.
Night of 100 Frights. Which one? No.
Okay. Well, there you guys go.
Okay.
You know what ballpark you're in now.
Jake, you get the next question.
Is it a Scooby-Doo game on a handheld?
I fucking hate you, Roger. Yes, it is.
Okay.
Ida?
You said you said I didn't have to be specific. You said I just had to guess it, not the subtitle.
That's not even what I'm talking about. That's not what I'm talking about, but it's fine. It's fine. Ida.
All right.
I haven't a clue. I'm giving it back to Roger because
You have to know. You gotta
something.
ask some question.
I've been put in your place so many times, so I'm glad that you're now in my place.
So it was on a handheld.
Yes.
And
You gonna throw up?
She might.
I have no idea.
we can't Google. That is cheating. Although nobody could prove you otherwise.
Yeah, you can't Google. Obviously, I should have laid down the rules.
I see your browsers popping up in your glasses.
Yeah.
5 seconds.
Did it come out before 2006?
Fuck if I. Yes, it did. Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
It definitely did. Roger, second question.
So I have to guess the actual name of it.
No, but you have to be more specific than. Is it? You said is it Scooby Doo? You gotta be more specific than that.
Is it,
So you basically just have to guess.
Kind of.
Okay. Is it Scooby-Doo Monsters Unleashed? Like Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed?
No.
Cameo. Cameo.
Jake.
Oh, perfect.
Perfect.
Second question.
Is it on the Game Boy Advance?
Yes.
Is it Scooby Doo?
Hey, Ida. Second question.
Is it Scooby-Doo Advanced?
I don't know a damn thing about Scooby-Doo, to be honest.
Night of 100, the Night of 100 Nights or whatever. I think that was a PlayStation 2 game. That was the main one I played.
Yeah, it was a PlayStation 2 game.
Hell, I don't even know where to begin.
Just ask anything. I don't know.
I'm really proud that this was a pick from Susan, though.
Yeah.
She actually played this when she was a kid. Not saying what it is, but All right, I'm gonna be 5, 4.
Roger, give me a question.
3.
That's a workaround.
I'm trying to like search my memory banks because I know there's another one, a Scooby-Doo game from the Game Boy Advanced like era that I'm forgetting. Because I can like picture it in my mind, but I can't picture the name.
Okay, I'm gonna go over to Roger because you seem clueless, which is fine. I would be clueless too.
Absolutely.
Roger.
Yeah.
Now remember, I said you don't have to be specific with the subtitle, but I need more specific than is it Scooby-Doo?
Is it only a Scooby-Doo game, or is it? Well, now you got me questioning if it's like a Super Smash Bros. Type game where it's like Cartoon
Scooby-Doo
Network
cross
United
Johnny
or
Bravo.
whatever.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
Scooby-Doo,
his
Bratz Dolls
question?
Unlimited, Rock Angels.
That kind of
Is it
question.
Bratz Dolls, Rock Angels?
I'm not giving it away, Susan.
On the PS2.
All right, Roger, ask a question. I don't fucking care.
I got to be more specific than Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
But I don't have, but like less specific than the name of it.
This is funny because Jake knows what I'm saying and he's smiling over there and he's like, I got this if you don't got it.
Okay, well, Jake, you say what it is.
Is that your question?
Jake, just say it. Just say it, Jake.
Is Scooby-Doo for Game Boy Advance?
Yes, it is. That's what I was
Are you
saying.
kidding
It's like
me?
you didn't have to be. You had to be specific.
He said he needed the name of the game and the platform it was on.
Exactly. Yes,
No,
I said
he
that.
already said if it was on Game Boy Advance.
He did,
said
yes.
So I'm assuming
But-
that was like just done and
That's what threw
done.
everyone off. I was
But-
just gonna say straight out my first guess instead of being a handheld or Game Boy Advance, I was just gonna say is it Scooby-Doo
This
for
is
Game
why
Boy
Jake.
Advance?
This is why
No.
Jacob. This is why
needed more
Jacob wins. He
details.
wins on these technicalities and these bullshit rules,
Hey,
and this is why he's so much higher.
70 episodes in, the rules have not changed.
They have changed for every single.
If you
And sometimes there's
wanted-
no guess limit.
every
If-
single one.
Sometimes.
I forgot I couldn't edit the dog.
Yeah, he doesn't let anyone after I was editing it.
It was
Was it
Scooby.
Mayhem?
Yeah, Mystery Mayhem.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
can
know,
request that
Roger-
access though.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna give you half a point
Thank you.
because
Although,
I
give
read
him
Game Boy
half a
Advance.
point. Give us each half a point.
I didn't
Because
fucking do
I'm
anything.
calling
Thank you.
BS.
I did not read that
but
shit.
you got.
Take a point away from Ida.
I kind of
We
hate. What was it that gave it away right away?
The running in air.
Damn it.
Yeah.
See, Susan told me not to put that in there, but I was like, it's gonna be too vague if I don't.
But I'll let you.
Yeah,
I'll be
I
honest.
would have known. That would have been like it's like
The
fucking
tricks and
Halloween
treats-
Town. I don't know.
The tricks and treats put me on the night of 100 frights or whatever. And so it already put me on that like area, and then running in air, I'm like, oh, it's Scooby Doo.
Okay, maybe I'm discounting your guys' intelligence too much.
Yeah,
I'll
I
make
would
him
have thought it would
longer.
been like I don't know Halloween Town or some like
Okay.
Nightmare Before Christmas kind of shit. I don't know. The Game Boy
If I
Advance
didn't
game
say
for that.
if I didn't say Scooby Doo, it would have taken you guys longer to get there.
I would have never guessed it.
No, I immediately thought it as well.
Okay,
I wasn't a
But I
Scooby Doo
couldn't
kid.
think of a single game, so it was.
I was heavily a Scooby Doo kid.
Love
I know.
Scooby Doo.
You're so
Anywho,
heavy.
Nah, I
all right.
could've been.
Well, good job, everyone, on that. Next segment, Meta on My Mind.
Hey,
Some interesting games.
I
Now
might do
there's
it.
there's one of these. I read this.
I can't wait till Ida has to read the stuff.
oh, my
Oh, I can't
gosh,
wait.
so
I'm gonna
great.
make her read the fucking worst one.
Yeah.
Meta on My Mind, in case you've forgotten, is the part of the show where we go through recent Metacritic reviews. This is just for fun. I want to remind everyone, especially with the, let me call it chicanery going on around Final Fantasy
Connery?
16, Metacritic scores do not matter. Generally. Now, if it's a
Got a pretty bad one.
if it's a low Metacritic score, then maybe, take that as a sign. But generally, if the score is between 78 and 95, it means it's good. Anywho,
Okay.
PlayStation 5, Story of Seasons, A Wonderful Life has a 72.
That feels a little low for
So
Yeah.
we're actually you're gonna see here in a second. Sonic Origins Plus has an 80. Final Fantasy
it's better.
16 has
Okay, guys, sorry.
an 88. And then everyone forgot a new Crash Bandicoot game came out. Crash Team Rumble 71. It's like
I was
that
gonna say,
platformer, right?
Not only is Sonic better than Story of Seasons, almost as good as Final Fantasy 16.
Well,
Right
here's the
there.
thing. Over on Xbox, Story of Seasons, A Wonderful Life 80.
Shit.
So very interesting that Xbox, it's a whole 8 points higher. That
Maybe it's
happens
because
sometimes.
you can play it on your launch Xbox One.
Maybe.
That's where all the simulation gamers are at Xbox.
Xbox One, yeah. Park Beyond, whatever that is an 81.
Oh,
and then
it could be a Game Pass game too. I don't know about that. That could help.
If it is, that'd be so nice. Oh my god, that'd be amazing.
Might be actually. And then Layers of
I have
Fear.
my Xbox on, but it's the 360, so I can't tell.
Yeah, that's fine. Layers of Fear has a 71, and then over on Switch, Back to Story Seasons Run Full Life 73 again. So still seven whole points lower than on the Xbox.
PlayStation's the worst place to play it, apparently.
According to Metacritic. What's the difference? We don't know. We didn't play it.
Read the reviews, Ida.
Yeah, I don't read them.
Okay,
Compare
right
and
on.
contrast.
I just get the score. Look it up. She's asking too many questions already.
It's like going to Rotten Tomatoes. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
What are we paying you for?
I don't even know what this segment's for.
I do know that Jack Jian, whatever that is, has a 95 on Switch, so
It's better than Final Fantasy 16.
it's pretty high. And then over on PC, Dr. Fetus Mean Meat Machine, which is
Man. That's a Super Meat Boy kind of thing.
Super
right?
Meat Boy game, yes.
Yeah.
Has an 83. Park Beyond
Almost
has a
as good as Final Fantasy
65.
16.
And then Trey Pang 2 has a 77. So these are your Metacritic scores. Always interesting to look at. Now, Ida, again, you're new here, so we're just going to keep singling you out. Because I need to explain to you what we're doing.
Yeah.
We are making a list. It's a top
We're checking
100.
it twice.
It's a top 100 games of all time list. There's this list that came out, it must have been like a month and a half ago now or something. And it ranked the top 100 games based off of critics. And it was fucking terrible. What was ranked number one? I don't even remember. It was fucking awful.
Hey, real quick, what did you think of the 2021 list that Andrew and I did without you?
Oh, you put Metroid on there. That's all I needed.
Okay,
I knew he'd be fine with that.
Okay.
And I heard you guys bickering about it while on the podcast. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
Jake, we don't put this here. Jake's going to make a big old piss baby about it. And I'm like,
Yeah, we did call you out.
sure.
We did. Hey, you know
Two
what?
guys haven't played it, and one guy that wants to play it but still hasn't is still
I have
borrowing his
played
friend's
it.
copy of it.
I have played it.
I'm talking to someone else.
Okay.
I've played 2 hours of it, so
Okay.
like I got a feel for it.
Hey, that
so
counts.
You didn't get a feel for it.
you check yourself, okay?
Anywho,
The tutorial.
Ida, we're going through each year and we're seeing the best games of those years.
2020
and
was stacked.
we're gonna 2020 was kind of stacked. I had a rule at the beginning of only 3 games, but then we got to 2020 and we were like, we can't do this.
I'm just so
But-
proud you guys put the Stanley Parable.
Yeah.
What we're generally going to do is that we're just going to look through the games, and right now we're going through each year and we're going to say what we think could potentially be on that list. And then after we get through like 10 years, we'll narrow it down, and we'll keep narrowing it down until we have 100. Does that kind of make sense?
Sure.
Okay, yeah.
Not
So
really. Yeah, okay.
okay, yeah, you'll get the flow with it and stuff, but basically right now what we're doing is we're going through each year and we're seeing what are the best games of that year. And we have 2019 right now. And I think
I'm going to tell you what my first pick is for that. Katana Zero.
okay. Okay.
Actually, a lot
Some
of these
notable releases in 2019: Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice,
Yep.
the
That's
Resident Evil 2 remake, Devil May Cry 5, Disco Elysium, Star
Outer
Wars,
Worlds, not to
Jedi
be
Fallen
confused with Outer
Order.
Wilds, which also came out that same year.
I love
Yeah.
Outer Wilds.
I was
too.
gonna say Outer Wilds, very notable. So yeah, I mean like
Fire Emblem, Three Houses.
we Google it. I know we don't just
Yeah.
know all this on our heads, so feel free to like Google 2019 games
Do
that
you guys
came out.
Google this? We're not supposed to memorize it.
Oh, I do have every video game ever released memorized, but I don't want to show off my powers too much.
Also,
No,
we
I
got to
get it.
put Final Fantasy 14 Shadowbringers on there. Every year we got to have Final Fantasy 14's
See,
new expansion.
this is like kind of the problem with it is like none of us are really MMO players to my knowledge,
Not
but
on.
like, but there's like
Well, is it? That's what Andrew and I decided. It's not based on what we think should be there, based on other people's opinions. It's our opinions of our favorite games from those years that we have a personal affection for. So, like we it's like sure Final Fantasy 14 or whatever was probably great, but I didn't play it. Or
Well,
the
I
problem
don't know.
with that is that can change over time because like I haven't played
Pokemon
Devil May
Sword
Cry
Shield,
5.
like it could be on there, but like if not all of us played it, like we.
Well,
we'd be
I
like,
also-
oh, I don't know.
I also think
If we
that
didn't like it,
I think some conjecture should go into it too, because there are going to be games like Metroid Dread that I did not play at all. I played 10 minutes of it, but
but that would have been the only thing I would have had my hat in the ring for that year of.
yeah.
So it would have been on there anyways.
So I mean, I played Final Fantasy 14. I played a lot
But
of MMOs.
I don't think this is the year Final Fantasy 14 came out.
I've
So we
dabbled in
include
a lot.
expansions like Shadowbringers. And then we'd always have like Destiny 2 on there every
I mean,
year.
yeah, you're right.
Mhm.
So, anyways, looking at this list, is there anything that does jump out at you and say like,
Katana Zero.
Katana Zero. I mean, I agree with that.
That was a fantastic game.
Yeah, you did really like that. That was your game of the year.
That was my game of the year for 2019.
Yeah.
Or actually, it wasn't even 2019. It was 2020 game of the year, I think. But
And for me, it was
I
Outer
didn't play it
Wilds,
2019.
which was also the same year. I chose the Outer Wilds.
Yeah. No, I agree with both of those. I think both those games are fantastic.
Luigi's Mansion 3.
Yes.
Probably not, but maybe. I mean, if you guys are making an
Definitely
argument
pushing
for
new
it.
boundaries. I still haven't played it to this day.
My problem is there's two games on here that I know I'd love, but I have yet to get to, which is Metro
Pokemon
Exodus
Sword
and Devil
Shield.
May Cry 5.
Yeah.
DMC 5, yeah. There's Death Stranding on there. You like that one, Roger?
I'm gonna throw. I'm sorry. What?
What's
The
the
walking
IDIS pick?
simulator, Death Stranding.
Oh yeah, Walking Simulator. Yeah, I'm gonna throw this out here because I think I genuinely believe this should be on the list, and I think this is the first of its kind. But I think Pistol Whip should be on the list. It's a VR game.
Yeah.
It's kind of like
That's pretty good.
Yeah, in 2019, you're right.
yeah. I think we can make an argument for that because going back to that top 100.
I think Beat Saber came out for a various VR platform in 2019.
Oh, probably. And I'm sure that'll be on the list too whenever we get to that. I think it was probably 2018 or something. But
Someday.
So,
It was
hot
a little
take.
bit earlier.
Hot
Oh,
take.
Cadence of Hyrule came out that year.
Cadence of Hyrule was
Okay.
a big deal, and Untitled Goose Game. You can't leave that out, though.
Well,
We
here's
sure
the thing.
can.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
Here's the thing. I
That's in
beat.
the same vein as like Goat Simulator, isn't it?
Yeah, well-
it's a similar kind of streamer, funny, random game.
I beat Untitled Goose Game,
Story.
and I actually thought it was kind of cute.
Yeah,
And it's co-op. You can play with another goose.
multiple geek.
I didn't know that
So
actually.
here's my thing. I think Resident Evil 2 really should go up there because, like, in terms of like remakes, it set the standard. For
You're right.
Plus, it was
Like, it
the only
completely
remake
changed the
done by
game.
the A team at Capcom, right?
I don't know.
Maybe I don't know.
Like the Resident Evil team did that one
But, like,
versus the
it
other
set
ones.
it like set the bar for remakes that still talked to like people are compared to this day.
Definitely.
I liked Death Stranding a lot, but like I don't know if I would say it's like
One of the
The
best
Division-
games.
The Division 2 came out in 2019.
And I was
yeah, it
looking at
didn't
that,
work in 2019 either.
but it does work, and I really do like the Division 2.
I like it, but man, it had a lot of issues at launch when it came
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. I really like Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. That came out in 2019.
Yeah, we already have a Castlevania though, you know.
Well, we haven't.
But we will. And I'm trying
Someday.
to think ahead too, and I'm like, what's gonna when we start narrowing it
Like how
down?
none of us are arguing for Fire Emblem Three Houses.
Yeah,
It's not my favorite Fire Emblem.
That's the thing. I like Three Houses a lot. Not my favorite Fire Emblem.
I like Engage more than Three Houses, honestly.
I still need to play that.
It's good.
Tetris
For me, it's hard to beat
99.
Awakening.
Yeah, true.
Did anyone play Tetris 99?
I did. I mean,
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's fine.
Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition.
Honestly, looking at this list, 2019 was kind of it's
No,
fine.
it was-
Indivisible's a cool game,
That's
but
good
I don't know
stuff.
if we put it up on top.
It was kind of fine. So on the list I have right now, Katana Zero, Outer Wilds, Pistol Whip, Resident Evil 2, and Untitled Goose Game.
I do
Was
think
it-
we should add Cadence of Hyrule on there. I'm partial to it, but it is definitely not for
Isn't it
everyone.
like a spin-off of the other one?
Dance of the Necromancer or whatever it's
Yeah.
called. Yeah.
Yes.
It's not bad. I played it at your house actually, Roger.
Oh yeah. You think it's like more deserving of that over the original, or
I'm biased because of
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like Zelda?
I haven't played Cadence or Necrodancer, so I can't say for sure.
I played Crypt of the Necrodancer and I didn't get it.
It's a really hard
But-
game to hop
Mhm.
into and figure out, but once you get it, it's a lot of fun. And I know Andrew likes rhythm games, so
Yeah,
if
no,
you haven't picked it up, I
it's-
strongly suggest.
Dude, I know for a fact once I play Devil May Cry 5, I'm gonna want to put that on there.
It feels
Yeah.
like it should go on there. Like even though I don't think any of us played it, it's like
I
mean-
downloaded 4 because that's my next.
I mean,
game
I
I'm
can
gonna
put it
play.
on there.
we don't want to upset.
Well, we're trimming these down once we go through all of them, right?
Yeah, that's
Put
the
on
thing,
there.
so you can put
Then-
so much
then I'll
on
have
there now.
more of an opinion once we
Yeah.
get to it.
Do we have an argument for the Outer Worlds? Rogers, you play that?
Yeah, I played that. It's
It's okay.
it's
Did
like
anyone play Control? Because I own that on every platform.
no,
that
we all
exists, and I
yeah,
never
all of
bought
us
it.
do. Literally all of us
Okay.
do.
So
Outer Worlds, it's good. I liked it, but like it's not the best of what that style game has. I mean, New Vegas is still better in my opinion.
It's not even the best Fallout like game. It's not the best Obsidian game.
That's kind of like with that Star Wars game. It's like I really like Jedi Fallen Order, but it's not the best like Souls-like game or Star Wars game.
The problem is, that came out the same year as fucking Sekiro, and Sekiro is like 1,000 times better.
Should we put Sekiro on the list?
I'll definitely put Sekiro on the list. Is it on the list?
We should, because I think when it comes to Souls games, it's like Dark Souls 1 and Sekiro are like the main two competitors. Even though I like Dark Souls 3 a little bit more than Dark Souls 1, I think those two games are really like
pinnacle.
You know what? Throw Catherine Full Body on there as well.
I love Catherine. Catherine's not one of the top 100 games. It's good, but I can
Ukulele and the Impossible Lair is though.
No. I think we'll leave it at this. Although it kind of hurts not putting Crash Team Racing on there. No, I'm being serious. I think Crash Team Racing is like one of the best kart racers. Period. It's better than Mario Kart.
It's okay.
It's
better than Mario Kart. Like I'm not going to disagree with you there, but like it's Mario Kart. That's the issue. Like, I know. Mario Kart's Mario Kart.
I know.
Now we got to put Sayonara Wild on this.
No, I'm good. Anyways, that's your 2019 games.
It's Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah, we will. Anthem, Plague Tale: Innocence.
Dude, rest in peace, Anthem. Never played
Borderlands
it.
3.
That's not true. I played it.
Super Mario Maker 2.
They released a demo for Anthem. I played. I think Jake, you were with me. I played like
I was there.
I played like 30 minutes of it. Canceled my pre-order.
We were loading screen like hell forever.
Yeah.
So, out of curiosity, when it comes to sports games, what do you guys consider some of the greats when it comes to sports games?
I think Madden 08. I think NCAA 05.
That's going to be hard to do because I feel like everybody kind of has like a Madden for one of them that is like where it was like top of the line.
Top of the line, yeah. I mean, it definitely has to be on there. There's going to be a Madden on there.
There's got to be a Madden somewhere.
There's going to be an NCAA. There's going to be some sort of basketball game just because
we don't have to worry about it for like another 10 more entries. But like, because for me, like I played a lot of 4 and 6. What?
NHL 2019 was not bad.
Yeah, and that's the thing too is like all the NHL games and stuff. But I don't know.
But 2019 came out in 2018.
It's true. That is how it works.
You just typed in 2018, though.
Okay.
When we get there.
We're going to leave it at that, though.
Next Age of Wonders.
Whoa. I don't even... Oh, that's right. I did this thing. Okay. So we're going to move on to our fun question. And I'm going to throw this out here right now. I'm going to say this for every fun question. It's that if you would like to hear your question read on the show, please leave a comment on the YouTube video at youtube.com/thatoneandrew and or on our Patreon at patreon.com/slightlyemp. I want to kind of... I think I say this almost every episode, but I want to reiterate it, especially when we're at the question. If you're a listener, and that means anyone, including my wife, because I know she's listening to it and she never puts things, even though she'll ask me questions specifically, leave a comment. I would love to incorporate any question at all into the show, as long as it's topical and as long as it's not utterly insane, and as long as it's not divisive either. If you're coming in here and being like, who are you going to vote for the next presidential election? Probably not going to ask that question on the podcast. That has nothing to do with... Now, if I start my history podcast back up and we do that, then sure, ask it over there. But, keep it more or less centered towards video games, unless it's really funny, too. I mean, our first question was like... oh God, what was it? It was like, is a hot dog a sandwich or some shit? I don't even fucking remember.
It was either that or... Yeah, it was something along those lines.
Yeah. So
we all like disagreed. I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
So we can
apparently my opinion's the most divisive on it.
It makes sense.
Usually is.
That does sound about right. But keep it topical, but it can be fun too. But don't be insane.
It's a taco.
Anywho, the question for this week is, I want to ask you guys one by one. How do you feel about the Wii? The Wii is, of course, Nintendo's. What was it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th home console. 6.
I'm pretty sure like there was like a time period, like how people would call like any Nintendo like console the Nintendo, right?
There's a period where they called it the Wii. A little bit.
They called it the Wii. Like, that's how big it was.
Granted, the Wii U had the name in it still, but
didn't help. Yeah.
If people would come into the store when Roger and I worked there, it was like, "Do you guys have a Wii Switch?"
Yeah, a Wii Switch. No. I remember that. That was a thing where, like, when the Switch came out, people called it the Wii Switch, and I think that goes to show how much of a phenomenon the Wii was. And
I will say I'm counting it as the 6th console by throwing the Virtual Boy in there because it's technically a home console.
Okay, fuck you. Because I was like, it's definitely the 5th one. I'm counting it in my mind. Fucking Virtual Boy.
It's a home console.
No, fuck off.
With those controversial picks again.
I'll kick it over to our new co-host though, Ida, and just like, give us what's your experience with the Wii, and like, how do you feel about it? Is it a piece of shit or do you like it?
So we got it, winter of
I get it, Wii.
2007, spring of 2008, I think. It was a huge deal. I mean, everybody had one. Every mom had Wii Sports to get fit,
Yeah, it was everywhere.
So-
I remember that
Every
board
mom
they
had
had.
Yeah, everyone have Wii Fit to get fit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
You sit on that game, that like balance board, and call you fat and obese.
yeah, I know. I have one.
It's
Every
mean.
time.
It's kind of funny because I think that that was exclusively an American feature.
Yeah,
Really?
No, I'm just saying that we're all.
we were the only ones that saw it.
Yeah, the rest of the world was like, oh yeah, I'm in shape. Of course I am. We don't have McDonald's. No, but what was your favorite Wii game? Do you have one?
So we had before we had the Twilight Princess on the GameCube, which we got a little bit after the Wii. I rented it from Blockbuster.
Oh,
Dating yourself
back-
there.
Huh?
You're dating yourself there. Blockbuster.
The distant past. It was probably my favorite game, just because it was one of the first ones we got, and
good game.
I had always had an attraction to Zelda games.
Twilight Princess. Yep.
So I mean, that has to go in probably the top spot for me.
Yeah.
What's the Nintendo
you just,
solution?
like-
It's like, well, most people are right-handed. How do we fix that? I'll flip the whole game. All right, flip the whole game.
So are you just like overall positive on the Wii?
No.
No.
No, fuck that thing. I actually hate it.
The only time I boot it up nowadays is to play GameCube games when I don't feel like playing them on my CRT. So I can't say that I hate it, but it's probably a solid 7 out of 10 on consoles. And the fact that it
That's
was
still
only
positive.
2 generations from the Switch is crazy. It just shows how much we've progressed in technology.
Honestly, yeah. The Wii came
And
out.
the Wii U was the shortest-lived Nintendo console in between those things as well.
I have
No,
a love
it wasn't. It wasn't the shortest lived. It was 5 years. Wii U was 5 years. 2012 to.
It came out 2013.
Yeah, but nobody bought the Wii
No,
U.
it
They
didn't. The
just kept
PS4 came out in
releasing Wii
2013.
stuff.
The Wii U came out in 2012. 2012 to 2012, 2017.
Oh,
The
then
Wii
the
U
3DS
was.
came out in 2011 then?
Yeah.
November
mhm.
18th.
Okay.
Yeah. No, the Wii was came out in 2006, and it's kind of crazy to think
No, been
like
4 years because it came out 2016, the Switch, or is it 2017?
no 2017,
Okay.
March 3rd, 2017. But yeah, no, the Wii did have an abnormally long console. I guess abnormal now with PlayStation and Xbox being like 7 years is the normal, but it was a little longer because of that 2008 recession. But yeah, no, it was a phenomenon. Roger, how do you feel about the Nintendo Wii, and what's your favorite game on it?
I kind of love the Wii. I have so many like stories like surrounding the Wii and stuff, and like just how fucking like into it I got.
Yeah.
That I could talk about for a little while. So yeah, I really like it. My favorite game. If I want to do the hipster answer, I could say Link's Crossbow Training because I played the shit out of that.
Honestly, it's good.
It's-
It is good.
Dude, it is pretty decent. Yeah.
I've played it. I just can't with it. If they
There's
put
like
it on the Switch, I would.
There's like a rhythm you get
Love
into
Pokemon
it,
Switch.
and then when you figure out there's a platinum medal that they don't tell you about, it gets I was super addicted to it. But my favorite game, Twilight Princess was really good.
Yeah.
That was like my first big one. But then you got stuff like Nintendo, like Wii Sports that are still like talked
Wii
about
Sports
today.
for
with
sports
how-
is like a staple.
yeah. My problem with like some of those games like Resort and even like Skyward Sword is like I kind of hated the attachment that you had to get for them.
Yeah.
That was when like
Well,
the
they just
Wii
use that
started
one
to,
remote with
like,
it built into it.
it was when that started to fall off for me because like I got all these fucking attachments. Like before it was like just a cool little thing, you know, where like for Wii Sports you get the tennis racket, but you didn't need it.
Yeah. All the
You get
plastic
the gun
attachments.
thing for
Yeah.
The zapper, yeah. That's how you got Link's Crossbow Training.
That's
was
what,
by buying
yeah,
that
that's
thing.
what I used was the zapper, and it was
Mhm.
awesome. And my dad would always try and beat each other's high scores on it.
Trying to beat each other with a zapper.
Yeah. Yeah, I've hit myself with so many Wii remotes through Wii Sports. So yeah,
Broken
it's
TVs with it.
Yeah.
no, but like I've I've been nut tapped more than once, so
Damn.
it's rough. It's rough, dude.
So
Scars
let me
never
ask you
stay.
this, Roger. You mentioned Skyward Sword on the Wii.
Uh-huh.
How do you feel about it?
I for the most part I don't mind it, but there are some things that are kind of annoying, and I do want to try the HD thing. For me, like I didn't mind the sword movement. What I hated was flying the fucking bird. That was like the worst thing ever. So like, yeah, and like again, you needed the Wii Motion Plus thing, which was just annoying, but like fine, I get it. So yeah, that's just generally kind of how I feel about it.
That's fair. Yeah.
But yeah, so either Twilight Princess or Wii Sports. I'll give the basic bitch answer.
That's fair. That's fair. Jake, how do you feel about it?
I really like the Wii. That was like one of my first consoles. I think it was my second console I ever owned, if you don't count the ones that were like handed down to me. Those like my console.
I think it was mine too, honestly.
Because I had the GameCube. The GameCube was my first new one. And I guess the Wii technically wasn't brand new when I got it, but it was new to me.
Yeah,
My grandma had bought it from a friend at work that she worked with, and he didn't like really get. I guess his kids didn't play it as much as he thought they would, so he just sold it to her for me.
Yeah.
And I remember she put it in this box for a lamp on Christmas, and I opened up the box and I was like,
the classic.
I thought it was like, oh, I guess it's a lamp, because that's like there was a lamp like that in my bedroom in there, and I was like, oh cool, I guess I have this lamp for my room now. Thanks Grandma.
Mm-hmm.
And then I keep more presents, and then I get through everything. I'm just kind of like, I didn't get a big present from Grandma this year. He's like, oh, did you open up the lamp? And I was like, oh, it's just a lamp. I know what it looks like.
Said, bitch, it's fucking daytime. Why would I open the lamp right now?
And I open the box, and then it's like, oh, there's a whole Wii in there, and Mario Party 8, and like, Wii Sports and all that. So yeah, it was funny because that was the first Mario Party game that kind of disappointed me.
Oh, really? I was gonna say the opposite. Was like, I can't believe that none of you brought up Mario Party 8, because that was like one of my go-to Wii games. It was like I played the shit out of that game.
I loved Mario Party 5 a lot, and it was just like there was something about 8 that I didn't love, and then also it just stopped working one day. Like I don't know what happened to it. Like the disc wasn't scratched or anything, and I tried getting that like disc repair paste you could get from Movie Gallery on it, and it just never worked. So I sold it to GameStop. And
well, actually, it could have been your Wii too, because
I think it might have been that too.
I know with
the problem with the Wii,
the older consoles, like it's not actually, it is kind of apples to apples, because the Wii is just a buffed up GameCube.
Yeah,
but
buffed.
My GameCube can't play Twilight Princess on the disc because something about like the spinner, or like something about it is getting old. I think it's like the band, actually. It doesn't spin fast enough anymore because it's just older.
I mean, that happens a lot back in the day for those consoles.
Yeah, it can play on my Wii still, which is fine, but like it might have been something like that. But what is your like favorite Wii game?
My favorite Wii game? Gosh, it's hard to tell. I would say Twilight Princess because it's my favorite one, but I don't consider that a Wii game, so I don't think it should count.
That's fair. Yeah.
Even though it came out in the Wii first, but there's a whole argument with that.
Yeah.
I would say probably Mario Galaxy.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Mario Galaxy.
Yeah.
Like it's probably my favorite 3D Mario as well.
That is a good one.
Do we not have a Mario Galaxy fan in here? Wow. Okay.
No, we
she quiet. Oh,
I think she's delayed. I think she's like
Hot take, I've never played it.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Well, there it is.
Yeah.
Well, you got 3D All Stars, right?
She said,
You got 3D All Stars, right?
No.
No? Well, you missed out.
You missed out. Yeah. That's
I'm not a
actually
big Mario person, surprisingly.
Oh man, Mario Galaxy.
I might hit or miss with Mario. There's some I like and some I like whatever on.
Yeah.
So Paper Mario.
Paper Mario.
How's in your door?
Oh my god, that's no Super Paper Mario. I'm changing my answer. Super Paper Mario is my favorite one of the Wii.
Really?
Changing my answer. That's fair.
Just out of curiosity, how involved did your guys' family get with the Wii?
Oh yeah, when it first came out though, we were playing Wii Sports and stuff. Like I even got my mom into Punch Out because she really liked the old school one, and since this one controlled the same,
We
and you
played
had
a
versus
lot
mode.
of golf.
Yeah, a lot of golf. Oh, yeah, I mean,
Most of the games though, I rented for Movie Gallery. I didn't have a lot of my own games for the Wii.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
My family got it for like the Wii Fit board, and they
I remember that. I got my mom Wii Fit for Mother's Day one year because she was wanting to use it.
Yeah, no,
I still had the same bounce board. I spilled marinara sauce in it in high school, and it still got a stain.
It's okay. My nephew's stuffed like grilled cheese.
It was underneath my couch. Like I guess I would like just scoot it in and out because I just like messed with things like that when I was sitting on the couch watching TV and I was eating pizza from Pizza Hut.
Oh, okay.
And I think it was like when I was dating Molly, and like we were eating that, and then like the marinara sauce cup fell off that box and
that's fair, because I thought you were just like making fucking spaghetti or something, and like, oops, I spilled a jar of marinara.
Yeah, I was on the balance board in the kitchen.
Well, that's why I was so fucking confused. You said marinara, and I immediately thought of like just a fucking jar, and I'm like, how did this happen? But that makes sense. Okay.
I was so upset because I was like, oh, it's gonna stain. It's still there. It's still shit in the little crack in the middle.
I do want to throw in. I'm almost 100%. I've told the story before, but when I got my Vita, it was in one of those like it was in a box that said a shelf for your shower, and I was just 100% convinced. I was like, okay, this is what it is, and I was also convinced of like, I guess I can enjoy this somehow. And yeah, it was a PlayStation Vita, which I fondly remember that. I also remember getting my Wii too. I think I got it in 2000 Christmas of no. Well, actually, yes, the Wii U, I do have that. But I got the Wii in Christmas of 2007, I think, or honestly, it could have been 6. I don't remember.
I think mine was the year after. Gosh, I don't know if it was the same year. It may have been the same year because I remember that was why my grandma got it through her friend from work because she wasn't able to.
Well, actually, those were. I mean, the Wii was sold out for like 2 years.
People died over that thing.
People actually legitimately died over the Wii, which is crazy.
What was that one? It was like a water bottle drinking contest where someone like drowned basically because they drank so much water.
Yeah, the infamous hold your Wii for a Wii, and people being, I mean, not so much, but you know, kids these days, if you want to see how crazy consumerism went in America, look up Black Friday videos before 2008.
People like getting shot outside of Walmart. It's like the night it came out.
Yeah.
Like, the first people out the door were like, "Yay!" and he got shot or something.
The Wii was big. Nintendo third highest selling console now because the Switch has surpassed it. A lot less people died over the Switch.
DS, their number one.
Well, yeah, yes.
DS or the DS Lite?
It's one of them. I think they combine both of them.
Most definitely the DS Lite probably contributed most to that.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think they also grouped the DSi in those sales as well.
They did. Yeah. It's like 150 units total, I think, somewhere in there. So, but I like
it's like when they throw the Game Boy Color in there. It's like it's a different game.
Yeah,
come on.
I like the Wii. It's cool. I like going back and finding older games. Like I know Red Steel was something that was big on there, but not a lot of people played.
Yeah, I own that. I just recently got it.
And then there's quite a few other games too that I can't think of right now. There's some good
Brothers Brawl.
There are some good RPGs on there actually.
Yeah.
There's one
Sin
that's
and Punishment.
Popping in my head. It's not Sin and Punishment, but there's one. Anyways, the Wii does have a lot of good games, but I feel like the Wii was big for Wii Sports and Zelda, and then
also had the best versions of Pikmin 1 and 2 and Metroid Prime 1 and 2.
Yes, and I love the Pikmin games. And I also love the Battalion War games on there too, which is the kind of continuation of Advanced Wars when they went to 3D.
Oh, and then they had the Rebel Assault or whatever. What was it? Star Wars? Was it Rebel Assault or Rebel?
I don't know.
The X-Wing game, like the Rogue Squadron or something.
That's not on Wii. Actually, infamously, no, it's not.
It was the second one, the one for GameCube. They ported it to the Wii.
I don't think so.
It's on. I have it on the Wii.
We'll have to get back to that because last I knew that they were going to port the collection onto Wii, and it got canceled last minute and never came out.
For sure.
So
maybe something the GameCube one. I don't know.
Anyways, zombies.
They do have Call of Duty. It was also a time where Nintendo was so big.
1 and 3, but not 2.
Yeah, they were porting Call of Duty games and Assassin's Creed and everything, but you got a different version. It was not the version that was coming out on all the other platforms.
I think Call of Duty Modern Warfare and Modern Warfare 3 they were probably graphically lesser, but they were the same.
The campaigns were the same. Yeah.
But the DS ones were completely brand new games.
Oh yeah, the DS ones, but like they were still kind of different, just like how like the AI and stuff worked too.
Yeah.
And, like how many they couldn't fit as many enemies on screen, so they did do some stuff to change it.
Yeah. Was it Call of Duty 3 on the Wii as well?
I think so.
Yeah.
That was always a weird one. It's like, oh, that was on that console?
Yeah, Call of Duty 3 is just a weird one.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to leave it at that, though. And we're going to move on to the news of the week. Jake, hit us with the news theme.
I
thought you were going for Mega Man. I really heard Mega Man in that.
I never thought about it that way.
We have 2 news stories for the week. Our first one, Nintendo Direct. E3 isn't over yet. Right when we thought the game announcements for 2023 were over, Nintendo stealth announced a roughly 40-minute long Nintendo Direct that aired this previous Thursday. If this year wasn't stacked enough prior to this Direct, Nintendo cemented 2023 as one of the greatest years in video game history. I'm here to say it first. Starting with the smaller announcements, we will work our way through every single thing talked about and shown in the Direct. And it shouldn't take us that long because a lot of these are kind of just like, meh.
Yeah, I
but there are
think
some
you guys are a bit more positive on
There's
this.
two big ones.
Oh, we'll talk about. Okay, so I guess before we do that, without spoiling, Roger, did you see the Direct and did you like it or did you not?
Like okay with it, but like I don't know, maybe like I built it up too much in my head. I'm like there's some neat things there, but like it wasn't like I don't know, it wasn't anything like super amazing for me.
That's fair. Ida, did you watch it?
Oh yeah.
Did you like it?
There was a lot of misses, but the hits were good.
Okay, all right. Jake, did you watch it?
I watched it. I think I may have like started skipping around at some point, but like there was just 3 things that stood out for me. One of them was that like yo-yo platformer.
Whoa! Spoilers!
I don't remember what the name of it was.
We'll get into it. it. But you enjoyed it, sort of. Yeah, enough. Okay. Yeah, I watched it. Obviously,
it had enough for me. I liked the last game and the announcement. It had a lot of fun reactions. So I was fun watching people with that. So
I actually watched it twice because I wanted to like. I feel like every time one of these announcements happen, and I did this with almost every single Summer Game Fest video, E3 video, whatever you want to call it. I know it's not E3, but I'm gonna keep calling it E3, just like with this. I always have to watch them twice because the first time I have expectations and I have like hype and I have everything else. And when I'm watching it, I'm usually forgetting what I'm seeing because I'm wanting like the next thing.
You're focusing on the next thing.
Yeah. But then when I go back, I already know what's happening. And like, okay, now I can kind of watch the show and digest it. And with this Direct, I would say it was, I think it was fine. It was a fine Direct. I think the surprises that it had were big, like very, very big. But I also think that they're big for sort of like a niche group.
Yes,
but we'll go through that. We're going to talk about
probably something here that like you would like and be excited about.
So it's a little something for everyone, as IGN would like to say.
What's his face?
A little something for everyone.
Yeah. So we're going to do with the smaller titles first and work our way up. So starting off with, we got another look at Sonic Superstars, which is a new 2D Sonic game. It is on Switch. And it looks good. It looks fun. You know,
kind of got overshadowed by another platformer.
Another 2D platformer later. But I think it's kind of cool that in this year of our Lord 2023, we are getting both major platforming titles, and they both look pretty damn good. And
apparently this isn't being made by the Mania team because they were doing that other.
Yeah, they're doing that other game. So this is a internal Sonic team game, and I guess we'll see how it goes. They're hit or miss. That's definitely for sure. We saw one of many farming sim games.
Cozy farming sim games.
Palaya, which looks like Fortnite, but with farming.
Isn't it like an MMO kind of game?
It is.
There's multiple people on.
It is a free-to-play, multiplayer, Fortnite-ass looking. I'm going to be honest, I was just disgusted by it. I was like, if this isn't a cash-in, I don't know what is.
I'm going to be honest. Nothing like detracts me more than free-to-play.
Yeah, me too. Too.
Like that what was it, that Warner Brothers Smash Brothers game?
Yeah.
I was actually like, that was when I thought like I kind of had some hopes for it because I just kind of liked. Yeah, I liked what they were doing. And
that game.
They like Warner Brothers went bankrupt and they just stopped caring about it.
Yeah. Persona 5 Tactica, which we already knew about this game. It was shown at the Xbox conference. Well, it showed on Instagram first. But it's on Switch. Interesting enough, though. Persona 3 Reloaded, not confirmed for Switch anywhere. So it looks like the remake is not coming to Switch, which I do think. I had the argument before that Persona 5 couldn't ever run on a Switch, and that was obviously disproven. Even though I'll say right now, I think it's ass on Switch. I've played it.
I bet you we could get like an announcement.
I was curious how it ran on Switch.
It just looks so bad. And Persona 3 Reloaded actually looks a lot better than Persona 5. And Persona 5 is a PS3 game too, inherently. So it kind of makes sense that you could finagle it around. But I do think, as dumb as it might sound, like I think Persona 3 Reloaded is maybe not too big for Switch, but they're going to have to do a lot of things to get it running on Switch, which would make it not day and date. I think that's what's going on right now. It'll probably come to Switch, but later, or it might just come to Nintendo's next console, because that's probably coming out next year. But we're getting the
Maybe.
tactics game. Maybe a
I'll
game
put the
called
tinfoil hat on.
a game called Myth Force was shown. I don't remember this game
Was
at
that
all.
that was the Saturday morning cartoon looking one?
Oh,
like the
yeah, you're
first-person, roguelike game.
Yeah.
That one looked kind of cool.
I am down kind of with that. It reminded me of Saturday Morning RPG, if you remember that game.
Yeah. That's what I thought. I was wondering if it was like this when it first started. I was like, get ready for your Saturday morning card. Like it started out with that. It's like, is this another Saturday morning RPG? And it's like, oh no, it's not.
Yeah, not same people, but it definitely looks pretty cool, pretty stylish. Splatoon 3 Splatfest was shown. It was kind of funny. It's kind of funny. You could choose vanilla, strawberry, or mint chip. And immediately I was like, I know why they didn't do chocolate. I was like, because she's going to have shit everywhere.
Listen, there was a long time where they didn't do white.
I couldn't imagine why.
I do have a question
Yes.
on your guys' feelings about Splatoon.
I think it's a fun game.
I got no strong feelings either way
I'm
on it.
more
I think
of a-
Nintendo starved for shooters.
I was really big into the first one, and I dabbled a bit in the second one. I never got the third one, but I feel like it's a pretty solid multiplayer experience.
Yeah, I'm more of
I would say the single player doesn't have a lot of substance, but I enjoyed my time with it for as simple as it was. But yeah, the multiplayer is really where that game shines.
Yeah. I mean, it was just multiplayer for the first game. Either way,
It had a story.
I'm more of a Foam Stars guy, so you know.
Shut up.
Hey, I'll be honest. That game, I'm gonna play it when it comes out.
I know you are.
And
you didn't save the fish.
And I've heard just from people that played the game that it is surprisingly good.
Yeah,
and it's surprisingly fun.
I mean, Splatoon's pretty well. Like, it's weird that nothing else has tried to copy Splatoon
until now.
At this point.
Yeah,
because it's a great idea or concept for a game instead of primarily killing your enemies, just like a turf war kind of style game where you just cover the map.
But I fucking hate Splatoon, to answer your question. just the vibe of it. I actually don't mind the game at all. I played it quite a bit on the Wii U, but
you don't like the style? I love that kind of 90s kind of punk.
I don't like their
kind of
kids. I don't like that they're kids.
No,
and I'm not into furry shit, so
that's not furry shit.
I know it's not, but it's like anamorphic animal. I'm just not into it. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Princess Peach got a very small teaser trailer for her game.
Yeah,
I'm mildly interested in it. She's got a ponytail. It's pretty cute.
Yeah.
All I ask is for Super Princess Peach to be remastered.
Yeah.
That's all I want.
As long as I can win the game by her being absolutely fucking pissed, I'll buy it.
It looks like a game that has promise, but it also looks like a game that I'm worried. I think we're past this.
There's a lot to it.
So I was gonna say, I think we're past this, but it's Nintendo, so you never know with them. But I'm hoping this isn't a quote unquote girl game. I hope they're not doing that.
Girl boss game.
I don't know. You don't know with Nintendo. You never know with them.
It looks very simple.
Yeah,
it looks like almost like a baby game.
But we also saw nothing of it, so we'll just have to wait and see.
I was also really kind of let down because it's right after the last announcement. I saw the curtains drawn, and I was like, "Is it Paper Mario?"
Yeah.
And then opened up, and it was a Peach game. I was like, fuck! But still, I'm I'll see what's up. We'll wait and watch for that one.
We also saw that Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon is getting ported to Switch, which I like. 3DS games
I don't get why they wouldn't do the original as well.
I don't know, but get the Zelda.
The original was on 3DS, and
get the Zelda games on there though. Poor Ocarina of Majora already.
Listen, we're gonna be to the next console by the time we finally get around to getting them on the Switch.
I know. The Batman Arkham trilogy is coming to Switch.
My mind.
Can't wait to see people play that at 10 frames a second. That's gonna be great.
I'm sure the first two wouldn't have much trouble on it.
It's Arkham Knight.
The third one, Arkham Knight barely ran on PC.
I think even Arkham City is gonna fucking struggle.
Yeah, I think Arkham City is gonna have a rough time too.
The first one might be the only one that runs well on Switch.
You think it'll look as good as it did in the Direct?
No, not at all.
Yeah, that was 4K footage they were showing.
You guys love Tears of the Kingdom. You love Gloom. Yeah. Gloomhaven is announced for Switch and is coming out September 18th. Another one of these games where I have zero recollection of it, but it was there. Just Dance 2024.
Where they have...
I was screaming when it got announced. I could not believe they made another Just Dance game.
Right?
Yeah, I actually shitted myself when that popped up. Silent Hope, a dungeon crawling game starring heroes who can't speak. This game was interesting because I love JRPGs, and
This game was
What a
intriguing.
surprise.
yeah, I know, right? What a surprise. If you know anything about me, you'd be shocked that I love JRPGs. Yeah, I was gonna say, Roger, I was with you there where this is the first JRPG in a while where I'm like, huh, this is doing something new and different, and you're catching my attention. I don't know how I feel exactly about the premise. It looks, I mean, it's Xseed.
Yeah, I don't either. It's like it's one I wouldn't mind looking a little bit more into.
Yeah.
And getting some more info on.
But it's the first non-Square JRPG where I'm like, oh, this has potential. This could be really good.
You ever play Chained Echoes?
I don't think I actually played it. I heard about it though, and I looked at it.
That's one I have downloaded that I've been meaning to play for a while that I've heard is really good.
I was actually
JRPGs.
you know, completely kind of detaching it, but sticking with JRPGs. When I was I got all these boxes back here because we're moving soon, and when I was unpacking, I started getting on my collector boxes of Tales, like Tales of Zestiria, Tales of Berseria stuff, and I was just like, man, I know we got the Tales game, Tales of Abyss, and it's on the list, you know. I still need to play it. I heard it was actually really good, but I just missed when we fucking got, dude, those were yearly releases, you know, like we were getting Tales all the time, and they were, yeah, some were better, some were worse, but they were all pretty solid at the end of the day. And
yeah, from what I understand, there's not really a bad one, but some are just
no,
better than
not
others.
really. Yeah, no,
I didn't like Tales of Hysteria.
I kind of liked it. A lot of people didn't like it, but
That was the only Tales game I ever tried.
oh, well, that's fair. Speaking of farming, Fae Farm,
Another cozy farm game.
another cozy little farm game. Ida's just gleaming over there. She's like, I'm gonna play all these. I'm gonna buy all of them.
It's cute looking. I'm not gonna lie.
Stardew's the only one worth playing.
They're good between big game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is they're very much like holdover ones.
Mm-hmm.
But see, the problem with me is like
I see Fae Farm
backlog
didn't do
time.
much for me.
backlog time.
Yeah, backlog
same
time.
here.
That's what I'm like.
That's why I'm playing a 360 game right
It
now.
does look cute.
Getting
I'll give you
Zelda.
that.
Hot Wheels Unleashed 2.
Gonna buy it on launch.
That game actually looks pretty fucking dope. Because it's like, if you look at the tracks, they're Hot Wheel tracks, obviously, but like going through houses and stuff like that. And for a moment, I was like, you know what? I think the first one was a PS Plus game. I might check and see if I have it. I might download it because it kind of looks fun. You know?
Listen, dude, split screen and co-op, automatic, like
Automatic
7
dub.
out of 10.
Yeah. Yeah. So, you know, keep an eye on that one. Manic Mechanics. Now, Ida said right away, Andrew, you're getting this. We're gonna have to play it. This looks like Overcooked, but with mechanical stuff or something.
It's exactly what it looks like.
I'm
Yeah.
here for it.
It looks like something that I would just rage at and fucking hate. I don't really like those games that much, but you know, I'll try them out and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
I like Overcooked quite a bit, but I don't know about about this one.
Yeah. We'll have to give it a try though. It looks a lot of fun.
Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope is just desperately trying to be relevant. They have a free demo coming out saying, please at least try the game. And it's funny because actually the first Mario and Rabbids I did like. It was good.
Yeah, a lot of people did.
This game also looked better than that first one, but for some reason I just passed it up. But the
So they got a
DLC,
free demo like over a year after it came out.
they are, because the DLC is coming out. The Last Spark Hunter just came out. It was one of those, and it's out
when
today.
I saw Rosalina Rabbit, I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, maybe I'll download the demo and try it out, but there's just so many other
Well, I thought you
games
weren't
to
into
play.
furry shit.
The rabbits are different. Those aren't furries.
It depends on the furry.
Yeah.
They're on a different level.
This one excited me, and you know, we have this group chat. It did not excite any of you guys, and I was a little let down. Roger was like, "What's a Dragon Ball type shit or something like that?"
Oh yeah, that one.
Dragon Quest Monsters: The Dark Prince. I fucking love Dragon Quest. Surprise, surprise, in our JRPG. But this looked like a kind of like Pokemon type or something, where you're getting the monsters and you have them fight for you and stuff.
There was
I
a
think
pickle
for
with a spear.
me,
Yeah,
the look of it, I was just not vibing with at all. Like, and I don't know what it is.
That's fair, but I love Dragon Quest Builders.
I've heard that.
The Builders is really good too.
Yeah,
I like that.
like I just love the universe. I love the design. You did say that it looked like was it Akira
It is Kira Toriyama.
Toriyama? Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's why it looks like Dragon Quest. So or why it looks like Dragon Ball. Yeah, got it. And they're both dragon. but highly influential JRPG. Hopefully we get those remasters soon. If you haven't seen the Dragon Quest remasters, you should look them up because they're fucking gorgeous. They look like Octopath Traveler basically. But yeah, this game looks fun. I'll probably get it. This next one I'll also probably get. HD versions of Pikmin 1 and Pikmin 2 out that day digitally.
Yeah, I'll probably get that eventually too, because I've been wanting to play those games for a while.
Fucking love Pikmin. Love it.
It's so funny because I just bought the Wii versions of those games on the Wii U before the shop shut down, and then they announced this shit, and I'm like, all right, you want me to double dip?
Now, I have to take a step back. Did you both just say you've never played Pikmin?
I've tried to play 3, and I didn't really get into it.
Did you play the first 2?
No.
Oh my god. Oh my god. You guys are missing out.
That's why I don't really care about 4 at all, because it's like, I don't.
Right. I kind of want to play 4. Like, I've always kind of wanted to get into it. It's just another franchise.
If you love time management and stress and anxiety, Pikmin is the perfect game.
I eat that shit up. So
yeah. No, it is like playing it as a kid. It scared me because it's on a time limit. You're 30 days. You only have oxygen for 30 days, and you have to get your ship parts together within 30 days to go back home. And
this is a bad port because they don't have the Duracell battery anymore.
Oh yeah, they took all the advertising out of it. But it's really cool because, like, there's the core parts that you need, and you can get off the planet with just like your engine and like the cockpit and the basic necessities. But there's also a lot of extra things for the ship you can get, so you can kind of like play it, and probably your first run you'll get the core mechanics in like 29 days or whatever, maybe a couple extra parts, and then get out of there. But then it's a game that's meant to be played over and over again because you're going to get better at it and you're going to learn like it better, and you can try to get off the planet in 20 days, or you could get all the parts and stuff. You know what I mean?
I will say that type of time management I'm a little hit or miss with, because like Dead Rising 2 I think is a little similar, and I had a hard time getting into that one. Like that too. I think the first 3 actually are. I could be wrong. Maybe like, 3 is when
you get out, like rescue everyone and get out before the nuke goes off.
Yeah, and I had a hard time getting into that type of time management, but I've always wanted to give it a try.
No, I mean, I recommend them. They're $30 each, I think. They also have a physical edition coming out, which they did not announce, releasing in September for $50, I believe. So, and they also have a bundle on the eShop for $50 for both of them too. But I highly recommend them. Jake, thank you for reminding me. I remembered I did get them on the Wii U. So, because I've been wanting to play them, and I've like a fool. Yeah,
and you convinced me. I was like, should I get these? I was like, I'm not a big Pikmin guy. You're like, you should get the first 2. I was like, okay, I'll get them. But we don't know if it has the Wii controls or not.
It's true. I mean, we probably do now.
The new one. But yeah. Well, do we?
I mean, it's out. Oh, are you talking about Pikmin 4?
I think it came out.
No, Pikmin 1 and 2 are out.
I was like, yeah, that's right. I forgot it came out like literally day of the announcement.
Yeah. But highly recommend those. Great games. Play Pikmin.
Or if there's anyone who didn't watch the Direct, it was just like browsing the eShop and it refreshed. And
probably.
Oh, God, Pikmin.
Any GameCube game, honestly, just port it over. Because the GameCube is just full of bangers.
Right. Or be like Mario Sunshine and be a limited like 1 month release.
Even then, it's still out. I don't care.
Right.
Metal Gear
Best Buy for half off.
This is like the 4th time we've seen this, but Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 1 is coming to Switch as well.
We didn't get an announcement for Metal Gear Triangle coming to Switch.
We didn't, but we did get an announcement that the NES Metal Gear games are included with this, and that's really cool. Mm-hmm. So.
Because Snake's Revenge, I never would have thought I'd ever see that again, because that game's kind of ass. But
this might be
it's cool. It's on there.
This might be the best way to get this collection is on Switch.
Probably what I'll get the collection on.
Yeah, me too.
It's funny because I have the Metal Gear Solid collection on PS3. Yeah, it's got all 4 Metal Gear Solid games and the 2 like MX Spectrum games.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I didn't have the NES ones.
There must be some licensing thing with it or something, because it's only coming to Nintendo.
Is it only on Nintendo the NES ones are on?
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay.
The only one it was announced for, so
I'd be kind of interested to see if it is only on Nintendo, because I don't think there's any reason why it'd be only on Nintendo, because it was an Ultra Games.
Yeah, unless they like just gave them money and said, "Hey, put this, make our edition better," or something.
Yeah, put the shitty versions of Metal Gear 1 and 2 on here, please, for us.
Yeah. Vampire Survivors, the game that just doesn't fucking stop. That was
multiplayer now.
Coming with multiplayer. I've said this
the game gets really laggy later on, so I'd imagine it would be pretty great on Switch and with multiple people.
It's a great game though. Check it out. It's like $5 everywhere. It's on everything now too. It's the new I don't know, Beat Saber. It just keeps getting announced. Headbangers Rhythm Royale. Is that pigeon game?
Yes.
You're a pigeon.
Yeah.
He said, "You're a pigeon."
I think it would have been better with the first pigeon we saw, and then we got a little Fall Guys looking ass.
Yeah, if it was realistic pigeons, I would have liked this a lot more, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
Still looks interesting though. I'll probably skip it over it. Jake, you were mentioning this before. Penny's Big Breakaway. So these are the people that did Sonic Mania.
Yeah,
and this is
their first like 3D title, I think.
Yeah, it's 2.5D.
But no, it's not. It's 3D.
Is it 3D?
Yeah. It's kind of like I think it's like a Mario 3D World kind of style of game.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Okay,
so it's like kind of a 2DS 3D game.
Interesting. Okay, I got the wrong idea from it, but it looks fun. It looks good. Mm-hmm. There are parts where she was like, it's a platformer, and
the yo-yo mechanics are really cool.
Yeah, she had her yo-yo and she's like swinging back and forth on things, stuff like that. It looks like a fun little game, and I completely trust this team after Sonic Mania, completely.
Oh yeah.
So,
and they were also the same guys who did the mobile ports of like Sonic 1, CD, and 2. And
is this?
They also did Sonic Origins, but there's issues with it that were outside of their control.
Yeah, I heard it. Yeah. I mean, we can talk about that some other time. But I think this is their first new like exclusive IP, right? Like this is the first time that they've made something that's not like
not Sonic.
Not Sonic, basically.
Yeah, because basically they were just Sonic fans, and they were like one of them just posted a video of them putting Sonic 3 or something like that on iPod Touch, and then they got in contact with Sega and be like, "Hey, you want to port our games to mobile?" Yeah. Like, sure. And then they just kept going up and up till the mid Sonic Mania and this.
So keep an eye on that. Early 2024. Booster Pack Wave 5 for Mario Kart 8 was shown. Roger, I know you're excited about this one. Wiggler is going to be playable.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Casinos is Double Dash.
I know you're excited about that. PD Piranha and Kamek?
Kamek, yeah.
I don't know what Kamek is.
It's Magic Koopa.
Okay. Magic Koopa is going to be there as well.
Kamek is like a very specific Magic Koopa.
Yeah.
It's like, it was like one that's like, it's the one that was like buddy with Bowser in the movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah. It's a good movie. Zelda amiibo were shown. It was kind of weird when they got to the Zelda part because they were like,
I like that Zelda amiibo though. I think that one was pretty good.
Yeah,
I love amiibos. Yeah,
I don't really fucking care about amiibos, but Ida, you do obviously, right? Like you.
Yeah. And if I don't get them at pre-order, like the way I hunted for the controller, I won't get them probably till next summer.
That's fair.
Okay.
Just wait a year, and then GameStop will have like 50 of them on the shelf.
Yeah, I mean they will.
Like the freaking the
Loftwing.
With Zelda,
I think it was like sold out for like months, and then all of a sudden everyone has.
Now there's billions of them. Yeah.
But it's so interesting to go back to those first Smash Brother amiibos and then look at like these ones.
They're so much better now. Much
quality has like changed over the years.
It was kind of funny because they bowed to say thank you, which is fine, but then to not get to just announce amiibos and that was all. It just blue balled yet again.
Well, we're only a month out from the game release, so I think it's a little too early to announce DLC.
No, it's like
give me some about it sooner than Breath of the Wild.
Give me some fucking ports. Give me those fucking ports.
Yeah. Well, I don't think they want to They don't want to.
That's all I want. Are the ports for Wind Waker and Twilight Princess.
Jake, they're not going to take any sales away from
any new Zelda. No, but that's just how business works. Like if you announce more Zelda games, you're oversaturating the market and also potentially stealing sales. Like you're competing with yourself.
I don't agree with that and here's why. Because back in my day, I'm an old man.
Back in my day, Zelda came out almost yearly. But the way that they did it, the way that they did it was you had your 2D games, you had your side games, and then you had your core games. And while they are all Zelda, they're different. And the fans know that they're different. So if they announced, hey, here's Twilight Princess HD, I mean, we all know this is one of my big gripes with the new games.
At this point for the Switch, or would you rather it be on the next console next year?
Give it to me now.
Switch.
Yeah.
Right now. Yes, give it on Switch.
What's wrong with the Wii U version?
The only problem with it is that it's not portable. Honestly, that's my only issue with it.
Oh, that's true. I mean, but I have probably taken my Switch places over since I've gotten it maybe 50 times total. Yeah. I don't take it portable ever.
Well, I'm different with that. Like
I know you are. Yeah.
We're actually talking.
I just don't want to get a Wii U.
Yeah, I just put a Wii U in my backpack and plug it into whatever outlet I'm nearest.
Yeah, that's fair because then you don't even need TV. You just play on the gamepad. There's people that did that for sure. But anyways, just another disappointment. I get that we are close to it, but I also think, I mean, you're probably right. If they are real, that's why they didn't announce it. But
Yeah.
I also think that if they did, it would have been fine because they're different games. They really are. They're like totally different.
And I don't know when they could come out. Like maybe this summer they would have an open slot, but with Tears of the Kingdom just coming out, then all of that other shit that's coming out this fall, I don't see a slot for them to really fit in like scheme of their release plan for the year.
I mean, I don't know.
And then next year, if we get it next year, it's gonna be like right before the new console comes out. So
I'm still fine with that. I'm still fine with that, honestly. Moving on though, Star Ocean, the second story R. I screamed at this. I fucking love Star Ocean,
to be into that.
and I also was accepted that it was dead. I thought these were never coming back. And you know what this does? Square Enix has been doing this a lot lately, where they're bringing their old titles and remastering them and remaking them and shit.
They're doing it in the style that they did Octopath Traveler.
They are, and it looks fucking beautiful, and it just gives more hope that one day.
Chrono Trigger and Final Fantasy VI are like kind of in the works for kind of that style remake.
I heard that too.
I love Final Fantasy VI in that style.
But this gives me hope that we'll get like Parasite Eve remade and shit.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Because God, I would love that. I'd love that so much. But Star Ocean also is just so fucking good.
And Balan Wonderworld.
And Balan. The rest of these are kind of the bigger announcements, according to Digital Trends, where I'm reading all this from. Pokemon's getting their expansion. So funny. This is how the show opened, and my God,
know a lot about it.
We don't. It looks like there's a festival.
Like 2 new areas
that's going on for the first part.
Legendary Pokemon.
Yeah. The second part was like this.
I don't know about you guys. Did it look visually better?
No.
Than it has?
No,
not really.
Because there's some parts where I saw like the Pokemon, I was like, this looks better.
That's what I was gonna say. Is that is so funny that they showed off this DLC and the game still fucking 15 frames a second. Fucking, it just looks bad. It looks bad. And it's like, but people buy it. That's the thing. It's like they're showing it off and they don't care because they know like you guys are going to buy it anyways. So who cares?
But I've heard they look at the games more as just like more advertisement for the brand rather than like what the brand is riding on. So it's like,
oh well, yeah, they make all the money off the franchise.
That's why the anime doesn't really go super deep with any sort of storytelling. It's just they just
at least they're starting to do stuff with the anime kind of. I think it's weird that you're putting your second DLC based around battling though, because like by then you already have maxed out Pokemon. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
kind of takes away.
I bet you it's gonna be kind of a battle tower kind of situation.
I hope it is.
Be like capped kind of levels
because the game not having that makes me upset, but then putting that behind a DLC makes me more upset.
Your Pokemon games cost $100 now each.
Yeah, and there's new outfits. Do you see that? They get the kimono.
Yeah.
About it. That's the only new outfit. School uniform.
Yeah, if you want to experience a festival in a video game, just play Persona 4 Golden. $20.
Bad.
Nope.
$15.99 right now.
It's not Pokemon.
$15.99?
Kind of.
I think the sale just ended today. Actually.
Oh.
Yeah.
I have it on Game Pass.
Yeah, I guess I did buy it a couple days ago. Yeah.
It'll go on sale again.
Just play it on Game Pass, everyone.
It goes on sale like
just off your Xbox.
Switch.
Speaking of Pokemon, Detective Pikachu returns. This is kind of cool. Got a second Detective Pikachu game.
Yeah. It's weird. Like graphically, it looks kind of shittier than Scarlet and Violet.
But it looks like it runs well.
It has a lot better animation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like a 3DS game. Like it looks like this is the 3DS.
I mean, they probably took their engine from the 3DS and just brought it over for the Switch.
I still say dock points for not getting Danny DeVito to do the voice for Pikachu. That's okay.
He sounds good. I never played Detective Pikachu, so I actually didn't know what he sounded like aside from Ryan Reynolds. So when I heard,
he's kind of like a gruff kind of Danny DeVito.
I like it.
Voice.
No, I like it.
And that's why people were really after Danny DeVito for the movie too, because that would have been like kind of a good fit, I think.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I love the interview. It's like there was someone that finally asked him, "Was like, would you do Detective Pikachu?" He's like, "What the fuck's a Pikachu?"
Sounds about right. We got a new WarioWare game coming out.
Yeah, it's got Thomas the Wario engine in that,
which I got excited for, but then it's all move. It's all motion based, and I was like, "No thanks."
Moves is considered like one of the best ones, so
yeah.
I'm still excited. I'll still pick it up.
I don't know.
It looks like a 1-2 switch kind of fun game.
Yeah.
And then we got to see one of the suits dancing at the end from it.
We did. If you're into that, though, I like the WarioWare games, but just motion that we've had our Wii. We've had it.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna say earlier too. Like how I feel about the Wii. It's like I love the Wii, but man, did it just kind of really define Nintendo for like the next 10 years.
Yeah, it really did. It really did.
It's really interesting to see where they're going to go with this next console. It's
Yeah.
going to come out of left
Yeah, I'm
field,
really
or-
curious.
Dude, it'd be so crazy if it was like they're like it's the most powerful console on the market. It's better than the PS5. It's better than the Xbox. Like we're in 8K
Just
gaming right
yeah.
now.
I mean, you
And
joke
it's $200.
you joke about that, but at this point, the Xbox Series X and PS5 are running off 2019 technology.
Yeah.
At the latest, maybe even 2018 technology. So like, it's funny. We're like, aha, because it's Nintendo. But if it was any other company, we'd be like, it fucking better be the most powerful.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, Nintendo, they usually are more concerned about the gimmick rather than the power.
That was back
the
then,
GameCube
though.
had the handle.
Because it is interesting. This is a new Nintendo. The Nintendo Switch was the last of the Iwata era. And this is a new Nintendo. We're going to see what they do.
That's very true.
They might focus on
And I wonder
power,
if that's why the Switch has been one of their like longest lasting consoles, is because they have been trying to work something new in the pipeline.
Probably, and
I mean,
also,
where do you go from there?
yeah, they don't want a Wii U situation again. You know?
Right.
Yeah. I think it would be odd for them not to make it like a quasi handheld. But at the same time, I think it would be better if they had a dedicated home console and a handheld, and maybe like try to do what the Vita did, but perfect it and have that,
Yeah.
On the go, like pick up and play kind of home gaming.
I've said this
And, like,
before, but I'll say it a million more times. The Vita was before its time. It was it was fucking fantastic, but it was just a little too early.
Had 3G.
It did.
I
Pikmin
remember
4,
the 3DS almost had 3G, but then they decided not to do it.
smartly so. Pikmin 4 came out. Or not came out, but it got a showcase. It got a little viewing. You can play at night, which you guys probably were like, okay. But in the other games, you had to leave by night.
They
because-
said that. They
Although-
said that you can't.
yeah.
the
That's
first
pretty
time.
cool. We saw some more. What's the dog's name? A little Poochie or whatever.
I think that's what they call it. Was like Fuchi. Or something like that.
Some more gameplay with him. He looks cute. This game actually does look visually stunning.
Yeah, dude, it looks like it's like the Mario Cup, Paper Mario Color Splash of this game.
Yeah,
Console.
yeah. I'm really
Really
excited
nice.
about this. 10 years it took to make, which between Pikmin 2 and 3, it took like 9 years. So it's not too abnormal. And also, I don't think Pikmin is a huge, heavy seller. But I think it's one of those games where it's like there's something there and it's just kind of waiting
Also,
for its
didn't it
breakout
look like
moment.
Olimar might be in this game, like as a corpse.
It looked like there were a lot of little Easter eggs in it and stuff like that. So I'm
Yeah.
excited to see like what they sneak in there, because that's another thing too, is that the Pikmin games, they usually hide little references all throughout. Because I mean, I
Duracell
don't know,
batteries.
it's just like Duracell batteries. This game that no one gives a fuck about,
There
Super
was a Game
Mario,
Boy Advance SP in it.
Super Mario RPG remake,
Yeah, that game looked fantastic. I
out
was
of
like,
left field. For sure.
I know, right? Because apparently, though, I didn't know that there was rumors of a Mario RPG and a Chrono Trigger remake.
There were rumors of an SNES RPG remake. That was the rumor.
Okay, that was.
We didn't know which one though,
Mhm.
and it happened to be Super Mario RPG.
This is crazy because like the rights for characters in this game have been like all over the place. Who can do what with who? So it's great that Square was able to come back and with Nintendo and make this.
Yeah.
I don't know which side is doing majority of the work, Nintendo or Square. I know Square pretty much did everything back in the day. I guess the original composer is coming back to remaster the sounds, like
That's
the
cool.
songs and stuff in it too.
That's the
pretty
first
dope.
long way.
And it seems like it's just exactly like a 1-to-1 remake in 3D, which I know a lot of the other Square remakes have gone for that like 2.5 HD kind of style, like the HD pixel art. But this works so much better for the Mario RPG because it was already going for like, it was like kind of a Donkey Kong Country where it was like 3D models that were scanned in
Yeah.
for like kind of like a diorama clay
Effect or
kind of look
whatever.
to it. Yeah. But
Now- Jake, how do you feel about them
Yes.
dropping the Legend of the Seven Stars?
I'm indifferent because I don't think that was an international title. I think it was just a US title.
Oh,
I
was
think
it?
in Japan it was just called Mario RPG.
Okay.
So it makes sense why they dropped it. But it's also great for PAL regions because they never got this game.
Oh, good. Yeah.
So like Australia, Europe never got Paper Mario, or not Paper Mario, Mario RPG. They got Paper Mario.
No, that's
I
super
guess
cool.
That happened a lot with Square games, so they just never came to Europe for some reason.
I mean, the times were different back then, and marketing and distribution and stuff like that. So, no, but it looks good. I like Mario's when he holds up his hands. It looks like he wants a little hug, and I want to pick him up and I want to hug him and I'm like, "Come here, little buddy."
That's been like a weird. People have been like, "Why is he so stubby?" It's like, well, he was stubby in the original. Like, they perfectly.
I had that question.
That, yeah.
It was different on that.
If you never played the original, I got it. Like, it's understandable.
Yeah.
But
looks good,
we got
though.
a taller Mario later.
It also looks like a very faithful remake. It looks like they're putting everything in there 1-to-1, which is what it should be.
The one thing I really hope they get is the like cameos. Like there was times we go to an inn and there'd be like Samus or Link sleeping in a bed.
Yeah.
And they had different art styles. I hope they keep those like weird looking like kind of look that they had, but they'll probably look like their modern looks.
I think it'll be cool too if they add more as well.
Also, if they add more, that'd be cool. But they also had a hidden boss fight in the game against the final boss of Final Fantasy VI.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that would be amazing if that was still in the game.
Yeah.
I hope it is. Because that'd be the first time that boss has also been seen in HD as well, which would be really cool in a Mario game and not a Final Fantasy VI remake.
No, they'll probably fucking do. They'll probably put Sephiroth in instead or something.
It's another One-Winged Angel. It's just like that's what the Smash Brothers reveal was leading up to this whole time.
Yeah.
Mario versus Sephiroth.
Super cool though. Comes out in November of this year. Again, when I was saying this year, still just it's a fantastic year. Like it literally is like whatever.
Hard to stand by me.
whatever you want. Yeah.
Mario in the group.
But there really isn't anything for anyone. And then the direct ended with a new Super Mario Brothers 2D game, yes. Super Mario Bros. Wonder. I'm excited for this. I'm excited that it's not new Super Mario Bros.
New soup.
I'm excited that it's not a Mario Maker game because people forget that those are 2D Mario games, and they've like the second one had like levels and stuff.
Yeah, we haven't had a new 2D Mario since New Super Mario Bros. U, and we have the Mario Makers and Deluxe come out since then, but it's still
so glad they dropped the new stuff.
Yeah, but this game looks great.
New Super Mario Bros. U came out like what was the year of Luigi? That was like the launch of the Wii U, right?
2012, 2013, something like that.
So
yeah,
it's been like 10 years since we've had a traditional 2D Mario game.
Definitely. If you don't count the Maker ones, yeah, for sure.
Which I guess Mario Maker 2 had Nintendo made levels in it, so there was that. But this is awesome.
Yeah, like I mean, what do you guys think about this? I guess Roger and Ida, you guys been kind of quiet about it. Like, are you excited for Wonder? You care about 2D Mario games?
I've been quiet. It's fine. It's 2D Mario.
People have been kind of not hyped about the Boz being back in the music.
I love the Boz. I love the little flowers.
I would love it if they got Smooth McGroove to do the soundtrack because it sounds like he's doing it, doesn't it?
I'm glad they're sticking with the 4-player co-op thing.
Yeah,
me too.
And there's more than just 4 playable characters.
And Daisy.
Fun. Yeah, it's Daisy. It looks like you can play as Yoshi. Like all different colors of Yoshi. Toad's there.
Yeah.
I hope
Give me Monty Mall and Shy Guy, please.
Yes. Are you a Shy Guy type of person?
Absolutely.
Ida, you said
a lot that I love about the new Mario Party, but I do love that I can play Monty Mole and Shy Guy.
Dude, I love just saying molly. You said earlier that you're not too into the Mario games. Is that the same feeling with the 2D games as well? Like you're just not that into them?
I mean, I've just never given it a real good college try. So, I mean,
interesting.
They're just kind of easy to pick up and play anytime type of game.
Yeah,
they don't
played one. You played a lot of them.
No, this art style is really cool too because it looks like they've just taken the old like kind of Mario 3 box art and just made that the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. That it looks really cool.
It's still 3D. It's weird. It's a 3D, but at any point it looks like a 2D image.
Yeah. It looks cool and it looks fucking weird, which I'm fine with.
No, I think that's they needed to do something like that because Mario games have gotten kind of stale and samey.
Yeah.
And this kind of puts it back in that kind of Mario 1 through 3 in world kind of lineup where it's like, oh, this is something that can kind of stand on its own rather than kind of just piggybacking off of what all the others have done before it.
Yeah, no, not fair. But that was a direct. Again, I think there
was an elephant.
There was an elephant at the end. But analyzing all of it, even then, I still say that this direct was fine. I do think 2D Mario is big, and I do think that Mario RPG is big. But I also think
good
that
year for Mario fans, Mario movie, Mario RPG.
It really is a good year for Mario fans.
Wonder.
And I also think that like Mario Wonder will sell tens of millions of copies. I think Mario RPG might actually do better than a lot of people are thinking it will.
Do better than the original Mario RPG.
Oh, without a doubt, it'll sell millions of units.
Yeah,
how many millions?
People who haven't played it.
Cool though, because like if this does well, there is a potential for a sequel to Mario RPG.
Yeah.
I would love if that was like something that was a plausible situation. Like, buy the game, get us Mario RPG 2.
Hey, I mean, it's totally possible. I mean, and that's why, honestly, a lot of remakes happen, or to like test the waters, be like, is this still something that people are interested in, that they like? Should we make more of this? Famously, the Onimusha HD games that came out a few years back, if you remember those. Yeah. I think they only did the first one, actually, but that Capcom straight up said, like, we're testing the waters, see if like people are buying this, and we'll make a new Onimusha. Unfortunately, I did my part, but no one else did.
I still haven't played it. Like, I remember, like, it was something I'd been wanting to play, and I was like, I heard that, and I was like, well, I'm gonna buy it because I want to support this because it looks like a cool game, and even though I didn't play it, I still bought it just because I wanted to see another one come out.
No, man, it's good.
I want to see another one with IGN's logo on the.
If you want another Mario RPG, go out and buy it, I guess. So.
Yes,
but we're gonna put that up and away, and our second news story should not take nearly as long. We'll do this quickly. I can't see how long we've been recorded since we're doing it this way.
I know, that's kind of messing with me.
Yeah.
It's about an hour.
7:30.
Yeah, it's a little past 7:30. So Xbox buying Activision. We've been sparse about talking about this. We talk about it when there's big things, like when it got blocked in the UK, and obviously the FTC is suing. And that's what's happening right now, is that the FTC is in their court case. So the FTC is currently in its court battle with Xbox over the Activision acquisition. Those two words are very similar. While there's a lot being redacted and talked about behind closed doors, there are some interesting tidbits coming out of the court battles. First, Xbox adamantly declared that it has lost the so-called, quote, console wars, end quote.
So funny.
Which was interesting.
Roger's dismay.
Roger's
no,
on Suicide Watch.
It's just like them putting that as like a legal defense, as we lost the console
right
wars.
As a why we need really to do this, Your Honor, we've lost the console wars. Yes.
Meanwhile, they just slap PlayStation Game Fest.
Xbox also said it purchased Bethesda because Sony was trying to make Starfield exclusive. And by the way, this is them trying to argue why they're the good guys, quote unquote. Like, again,
this is like between Xbox and Sony. It's just them. I just picture them just like slap fighting each other. Like, no, they're beating us. No,
the mention of PlayStation exclusives was brought up numerous times, actually, with Xbox arguing that PlayStation is worse because they make third-party games exclusive as opposed to Xbox outright buying studios. That is an argument that they made. Xbox also said that they don't consider Nintendo a competitor, which is interesting given the Switch's monstrous sales. And much of the rest of it is either FTC not understanding the video game market, such as what an acquisition actually is, or Xbox bullshitting through their teeth. The court battle will continue, and we probably won't get a resolution to this until the end of July at the earliest, but it is important to know that Xbox still needs to appeal and win in the United Kingdom in order to get this deal through, and that they are also blocked in New Zealand, although if they didn't sell consoles there, I don't think they would actually care. So this is just some stuff that I've been seeing through it.
And whether Sony's been making statements against them too, right?
So like, it's kind of interesting.
We want Call of Duty.
It's kind of interesting because Sony has been
Call of
making
Duty's
statements,
been a really big one.
But recently, Jim Ryan's been saying something like, we are fine with Activision. We will be fine without Activision. He's kind of taking a different stance of being like, we're going to be fine regardless. But
if he is, that's been kind of recent.
I'm talking like
in the beginning.
No, I'm talking like within the last week. He's been saying this. I did find it funny. Actually, I found all this funny, but I found it funny that Xbox brought up Sony making games such as Persona and Final Fantasy 16 exclusive as like, hey, look how bad Sony is. They're giving money and making these game exclusives, when it wasn't that long ago. You think Mass Effect 1, you think BioShock, you think Fallout New Vegas, you think Tomb Raider 2. Xbox was doing the same exact thing, and I would argue to a farther extent, because at least games like Final Fantasy are traditionally PlayStation exclusives, you know?
Well, traditionally they were Nintendo exclusives.
Until they got 3D. Well, actually. And then the whole thing about... Because the Bethesda deal is kind of core in this deal. Like, well, you bought Bethesda, and the big thing was that Xbox said, we're going to buy Bethesda, we're not going to make all the games exclusive. That was one of the caveats to buying Bethesda that made all regulators kind of like be like, okay, yeah, buy Bethesda, it's fine. And then they turned around and made every single game exclusive. including Starfield. And there's
apparently that Indiana Jones game by Bethesda is going to be exclusive as well.
Yeah.
That's still a thing. Oh,
it is still a thing. And
I'm surprised it didn't come out to coincide with the movie. I wonder if they were trying to do that and then it just
well, a lot of the news that's coming out now, which it's funny because we're so in tune with the gaming market, but so many people aren't.
Yeah.
Are things like, Starfield was originally planned for both PlayStation and Xbox, and Indiana Jones was originally planned for both PlayStation and Xbox, and the Xbox made them exclusive. And it's like, duh. But no shit. Like, we knew this. Yeah. But I guess
especially with Indiana Jones to be a direct competitor to Uncharted.
That's their competition for Spider-Man being exclusive. So you got your own kind of IP, like established IP exclusive. We're gonna get ours with Indiana Jones. But he's gonna be swinging from buildings using his whip.
That would be an interesting game.
I'd play it.
But I really do think that the way that Microsoft
based on old Indiana Jones, where it's hard for him to move around.
I want to play Shia LaBeouf's
so once he run for a little bit, he's gonna have to rest and get a massage for his back because he popped something.
I do think that the way that Bethesda or Microsoft handled Bethesda is kind of shooting themselves in the foot now, because they're basically just this whole deal, because Microsoft's trying to push this bullshit of, no, we're for gamers, play anywhere you want to play and things like that. It's like, okay, except your whole track record says you don't do that. Every single studio you buy, Ninja Theory, that's making Hellblade was a PlayStation exclusive of all things when it came out, and then it was ported eventually. And Hellblade 2 is Xbox exclusive. Obsidian, Avowed, Xbox exclusive. Like, they do this with every single studio they buy, which makes sense, of course, because you buy studios to make you games, to make your console sell better. But now you're trying to buy Activision, and now you're trying to say, well, actually, no, we don't do that. We put games on everything when we buy them. It's like the only one.
It's weird then that Sony's being like, well, we don't. It's fine. We don't need with it. Like, that sounds like a bad thing for Sony.
Yeah, to be
Minecraft
now.
Multi-platform.
They did keep Minecraft multi-platform, but I think that's because they had to keep Minecraft multi-platform.
Yeah. Could you imagine if they just pulled it from everything?
That would have been a really bad look. Also, it would have crippled Minecraft. I think part of Minecraft's success is that it's on everything. If it was a PC and Xbox exclusive, I think it would have. Most of those sales have to be on. It would have
survived because PC, but it wouldn't
be as relevant.
No, not at all.
It's always so weird when my brother's playing it on his Switch and then the Xbox sounds happen because he signs in. It's like, oh, he gets Xbox achievements and notifications through Minecraft on his Switch.
Right. I don't know if you've heard or seen anything about this at all. I mean, did you even know that Xbox was trying to buy Activision?
I know little to nothing about anything Xbox related.
All right, that's fair. But I mean, Call of Duty and things like that, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, Activision owns and makes Call of Duty, and they also
what a first-person shooter is, right?
I don't know.
But I mean, that's kind of the big thing is that Activision obviously owns a ton of IP and things like that, and they own thousands of people. And Blizzard is also part of Activision. So Diablo, World of Warcraft, was it? I'm missing other big ones. Oh, Overwatch 2.
Overwatch.
Those are all. I
don't know if you call that a big one anymore.
I mean, Overwatch 2 still has a massive player base. Those are all also owned by Activision. So Xbox buying Activision, they would own all of that.
Pitfall.
And it's been a big court battle about possible monopoly.
Really, Call of Duty is the big one.
Call of Duty is the big one.
That makes a lot of money.
But you also
I'd be interested to see if this does go through, if Sony were to have their own exclusive first-person shooter kind of modern warfare-esque kind of game.
I don't think they would care, honestly.
No.
Because they don't need it. I mean, that's the thing is that, that's the thing is that Sony has somehow created its own genre, kind of like Nintendo did, where when you go to Nintendo, you go for
Mario,
or the third-person adventure game in Zelda. That's what you go for, the puzzle adventure game. And now when you go to Sony, when you think Sony, you think of that third-person narrative-driven, story,
cinematic almost, yeah.
Yeah, so it's Call of Duty.
They brought back Killzone or
they never really lived
Resistance.
up. Those were supposed to be the Call of Duty killers,
cool.
and they just never were able to do it.
Yeah, they never.
Let's get Haze back. Remember Haze?
Yeah, let's bring Haze. I do remember Haze.
The Halo killer.
PS3 exclusive Haze.
You had that, and I think even to the PS4 they still had that as like an avatar option. Was like the guy with the Haze helmet with like the broken eye. I remember the box art looks so cool for that. I was like, oh, Haze, that looks awesome.
Then you play the game and it's fucking shit.
Like, my stepdad had it because he was very much like Halo sucks. It's not realistic. And then he got Haze, and I played that. I was like, what's the fuck? This is stupid.
But yeah, Xbox has been on like a crusade like the past 5 years of like just buying a whole bunch of shit and like, making other stuff.
They're getting it before Tencent can get them.
They couldn't make their own games, so like we'll just buy everybody else.
Yeah. But I mean, I think it's important too. Like Diablo 4 just came out and it was massive game, sold millions of copies.
Always big. It's like the main casual ARPG, and it's always huge when it comes.
So like you got to Call of Duty is big, but Blizzard is huge. Like, and it's arguable that Overwatch 2, aside from Destiny, which ironically PlayStation owns now, it is the biggest first-person free-to-play shooter.
Yeah, that was really smart of Bungie not to give any ownership rights to Activision with that deal.
Yeah, it was that they retained all the ownership on it.
They learned from Halo.
It was I don't know. We're gonna see how this plays out. I still think it's 50-50.
Yeah, I would say, do you think it's gonna go through, or do you think it's gonna fall?
It's hard.
It is
hard.
Right now.
It is hard.
It's like, on one hand, I'd like to see it go through because I'm just like morbidly interested to see what would happen, like how that would change the status quo between the consoles and Activision itself.
Yeah, if they acquired it.
Yeah, I want to see like how much they like adhere to their we're not going to make this exclusive kind of shit, or
how much do any of them adhere to anything,
or how much Activision themselves would just change from that acquisition.
It's funny that you bring that up because I've been reading some of the core documents and a lot of the quotes and stuff, and you can Phil Spencer again. Best snake oil salesman on this planet. You can just read through his bullshit because he's like, we are fully committed to never taking off a Call of Duty and, releasing every Call of Duty on PlayStation 4. Or on PlayStation 5. He'll say PlayStation 5. He won't say PlayStation. You could
they'll release them for the PS3 still. The
FTC, they might not be super in tune with gaming, but they're in tune with lawyer talk. And they can see through the bullshit,
Yeah.
So they've been adamantly against this from the start.
Well, we'll put Call of Duty on Nintendo.
The judge that they got seems to be kind of like, I couldn't tell you if they're swaying one way or another.
Dude, it's constant. It will lean towards one way, and like next week it'll lean towards the other. Yeah, it's been extremely back and forth.
It's gonna be interesting to see, and I think the big thing is like in the UK too, like getting through appealing that and winning that is gonna be hard. It's gonna be really hard because usually the UK.
That's why I think it's so weird that Sony switched up and be like, we don't really care. I'm like, I feel like I don't know if that's like.
It's like they're going through those phases of denial.
And it's yeah.
I think it's smart for them to take that stance though. While I think it's good for them to like fight it as much as possible, you don't want to. Because there's an air to like competition and there's an air to like winning and losing, even if it's not real. We always talk about in E3 who won E3.
And there's like there's like a public perception where like I can understand that, but I mean like in terms of just like legally this case, I don't know if that's just an interesting.
Yeah, I mean he's not actually involved in it. It's all just side comments and stuff. But
yeah, I know.
Anywho,
it's kind of like James Cameron with the submarine. They keep putting him on the news because he made the Titanic movie, but he's not directly involved with the sinking of that submarine.
He wasn't he didn't sink the Titanic personally for the movie.
I would argue it's a little different
actually didn't.
Because James Cameron is actually like an expert in submersibles. And he has been to the lowest part of the ocean.
But you know that's not why they're putting him on the news. They put him on the news because he's the Titanic guy. Even though they luckily knows his stuff as well.
Yeah.
But they're like, oh, James Cameron, he's the Avatar recently. People know him. He's true. Get him on. He's the Titanic.
He's familiar with water.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're gonna leave it at that. We're gonna put a pin in it, unless you guys have any other comments.
Hopefully that answered your question, Ida. I know we did a pretty good job of like covering all the bases.
Hopefully you're well informed about.
I just can't wait to see the Xbox exclusive Pitfall remake.
Anyways,
my audio like cut out the second you said that.
That's okay. You didn't miss anything fantastic. We're gonna end the show as we always do, and that is with the biggest releases. Now there's 4 of us, which means I had to get 4 games.
Yeah, tradition dictates.
And actually, I'm going to read the first one.
Okay.
Because it's not my pick of the week, but I'm excited about this game. And this is actually a game.
Talking about this like years ago.
This is a game that was canceled. It was being made by Konami. and it got canceled in 2011 or 2012 because it was quote unquote too controversial. And then it got picked up by, I think it's Highwire Studios, and got reannounced in 2019 or 2018. And
games like that's part of the marketing play. Remember when Modern Warfare was too controversial?
Yeah. Well, this game actually got canceled though because it's too controversial.
I know.
And then it got picked up, and then I hadn't heard about it, and actually I remember saying something to someone about this game. 6 Days of
mentioned it on the podcast.
I think before. I did. I was like, where is it? It should be out, and then it's just stealth dropped on PC as early access, and it's got good reviews. So 6 Days in Fallujah is early access on PC, on Steam, maybe on other markets, I'm not sure. But 6 Days in Fallujah is a highly realistic first-person tactical shooter developed with help from more than 100 Marines and soldiers who served in the Second Battle of Fallujah. Based on true stories from one of the world's toughest modern battles, 6 Days drops you and your team into real-world scenarios and requires real-life tactics to overcome. Important, in all caps, important. Just like real combat, it is difficult to survive on your own in 6 days, otherwise it would not be realistic. Play with friends or matchmake to find teammates. In the spring of 2004, Al-Qaeda in Iraq seized control of the city of Fallujah, using it as a base to brutalize local residents and launch terrorist attacks across the region. 6 months later, Iraq's prime minister ordered civilians to leave the city so Iraqi, American, and British forces could retake Fallujah together. In just 6 days, the Second Battle of Fallujah had become one of the world's bloodiest battles in half a century. If you guys don't know about the 6 Days in Fallujah battle or the Iraqi war in general, I implore you to go read about it.
This game is like it's made for me. It's like straight up my alley.
No, I mean honestly, Roger, if you want to get it, because that's my only hang about it is it's multiplayer only. You have to play with other people.
Yeah, I know.
But
you should totally check that out.
Yeah.
Is it Steam Deck verified?
I don't know. If you don't know why Fallujah,
there's a channel that like even if it's not verified, they'll test the
it's I think it's steamdb.com or something.
Yeah, it's something like that. Because there's like a lot of games where it won't say Steam Deck verified, but it still works.
Halo Master Collection straight up says that it's unsupported, but I play that shit all the time on there.
Mm-hmm. No, a lot of games do, but this game was controversial because the battle was controversial because there's accusations of white phosphorus being used in the battle, which one side says
we'll find out in this game.
One side says we use it as smokescreen and stuff, which white phosphorus, if you use it in war, is used as smokescreen, but it is also a chemical weapon. So that was where the controversy was and things like that. And then, of course, war crimes and all that. The Iraqi war was just a mess, honestly.
Yeah, I would say the Iraqi war was in general and controversial.
It was bold. It was bold of them to make this game less than 10 years after this battle had happened, and that's why it got canceled. But I think by now it's been...
Yeah, but it's made by people who like served in it. So to me, like that just is like, well, it's fine.
That was a big thing when it got picked up by Highwire, was that they're like, we're bringing in Marines and stuff. I don't think Konami was doing that when they were originally making this game. I think it was Konami too. Okay. I might be misremembering, but I'm pretty sure Konami was the one.
So Konami's not.
No, not affiliated at all.
That's good. I'm glad. Actually, yeah. Okay, now I support everything.
We're not going to get the 6 Days in Fallujah pachinko machine.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. But yeah.
Or so. 6 Days in Fallujah survive.
Oh God. All right. Tradition dictates. Ida goes next on this next one.
All right.
Yeah, it's tradition.
On what?
So the next game.
Well, good thing I don't have what you guys are looking at, so I'll pass it over to someone who does.
Damn. Well, get the doc open because you're gonna have to
share. I'll screen share.
You're gonna have to read one of these.
Breaking tradition.
You're breaking tradition.
Have that.
I have the doc open, and it's not.
Jake,
you can watch my live.
The screen share off. You're messing up the recording. Because I'm screaming.
That's the wrong thing.
Oh my goodness! This is a disaster. You have the doc open, correct?
Yes.
I do.
Okay, scroll to the bottom, and you see where it says Sonic Origins Plus.
No.
I mean, it's there. I know it's there. It's not the last page, but it's the second to last page.
Yeah. It's page 3.
Yeah, and you see in bold, it says like 6 Days in Fallujah PC at the top of that second to last page. Gosh, she's just making it up now.
You see that big block of text that's all in black?
Roger, read the next one.
Okay, I'll break tradition. Oh, yeah, actually, let Jake do it because he's the Sonic guy.
All right, yeah, Jake, you're the furry. Go ahead and read this.
I'm not one.
I don't want to. Oh my God! Someone read the freaking thing.
I was about to until you rudely interrupted me. All right. Our next one is a re-release of Sonic Origins, but physical now. Sonic Origins Plus for Switch, Xbox, PlayStation, and I guess just the content's digitally on PC now. The Blue Blur is back with an expanded multi-game collection of classic Sonic the Hedgehog games, Sonic Origin Plus. Sonic Origins Plus features the 4 beloved classic titles in Sonic Origins: Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic 2, Sonic 3 and Knuckles, and Sonic CD with remastered visuals, bonus characters, added modes, challenges, behind-the-scenes content, and more, while adding significant improvements that should have been there at launch with the last version of the game. This bundle also includes...
This segment isn't to throw your own opinion in. You read the description and that's it.
Don't interrupt me. This bundle also includes 12 Sonic Game Gear titles, previously re-released add-on content, playable Knuckles in Sonic CD, and for the first time, Amy Rose as a playable character in Sonic the Hedgehog 1, 2, Sonic 3 and Knuckles, and Sonic CD. With more content than ever before, this is the definitive way to experience these classic games.
They're just really
known as the Blue Blur. Is that like
the Blue Blur? Yeah, he is.
Okay, I didn't know that.
They're really retconning Amy Rose as like, no, she's always been there.
No, she was in Sonic CD.
Yeah, okay, but she wasn't in Sonic 1, 2, and 3.
Well, neither was Knuckles wasn't in Sonic 1 or 2 or CD.
I know, but Knuckles was in 3.
Yeah,
I'm just saying the new game has
it was something fans had been wanting because like she existed at the time.
They want to bang her because they're weird. I've seen Christian.
Yeah, probably.
I've seen the documentary.
Let's not bring that name into it because we don't need that energy.
The way she's playable is similar to her Sonic Advance playable character, where she has the hammer and she can smash blocks, and you know she got it out when she jumps. So it looks neat. She's different enough, especially versus like Tails, who can just fly for a little bit.
I didn't realize this was such a hot take. Wow.
I don't know. It wasn't for me. I was like, cool, another character.
All right, Ida, you
was like, fucking furry fox.
I don't like Sonic. Yeah, y'all do you. Ida, you have it pulled up now?
No, I don't see it. I don't see that page.
You have the Game and Block podcast stock up, right?
Okay. You have Discord up though, right?
I don't need to see it.
Right? Here you go.
No, thank you.
You can
Why are
read
you
that
giving
one.
me the longest one? That's mean.
Because she doesn't.
Right now,
she's on a podcast and doesn't want to talk on the podcast. So we got to break this shell now. So on the next one, she'll be fine. You just got to read. I gave you the shortest one. It's like 2 sentences long, right there. Pikmin.
What does it say?
Pikmin. The Pikmin one.
It's in the Discord.
It's right there in the Discord. She can see it. She just doesn't want to.
Yeah, I can see it right there.
Yeah. No, we can all see it.
Read it line for line.
Yeah. Roger, Final Fantasy 16.
Okay, Final Fantasy 16 for PlayStation 5. The 16th standalone entry in the legendary Final Fantasy series marks a darker turn for the RPG franchise, with a complex tale of revenge, power struggles, and unavoidable tragedy. Final Fantasy 16 reimagines the series' iconic summons as icons. These deadly creatures are housed with dominance, men and women who inherit their immense power at birth, whether they like it or not. Icons are the most powerful beings in Valisthea, a land where 6 powerful realms have emerged thanks to the power of the Mother Crystals. The ether provided by these towering mountains of crystal powers, the magics that have allowed these nations to thrive for many years. But now a mysterious blight threatens to disrupt their uneasy alliance. Play as Clive Rossfield, first Shield Rosaria and guardian of his younger brother Joshua, the dominant of the icon Phoenix. This epic action RPG from a team of Final Fantasy veterans.
So I knew how to say all those words because he played it.
Yeah,
That's exactly why.
This isn't fair because you played it, so you know how to describe all the words.
I know how to say all those words. That's like if you give this to
ether instead of aether. So.
No, he said it perfectly, and I was like, damn, he got every single word right.
Yeah, that's why I was like, if we give this to Ida, she's gonna have a hard time.
Was she like Clive?
Clive,
Joshua?
Clivier?
The last game that I picked up was Pikmin on Switch. Find your way home in the original Pikmin plucking adventure. Meet Captain Olimar and a capable cast of red, blue, and yellow Pikmin on a dire mission across a larger-than-life planet. Olimar must guide his lovably leafy companions through obstacles in battle and when collecting his missing ship parts.
In the sequel.
Pikmin 2 also came out and stuff like that, but you know, I just put Pikmin 1. Play them both. Now, Ida, what we do at the end of each reading of the new games is we do this thing called Pick of the Week, where we just choose out. You know, when you guys type in the Discord, the sound is popping up because we're
I don't
screen
know what you're
recording.
talking about.
I'm screen recording, so I can hear your little blips. So please stop. Please stop messaging.
No.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Caught it out.
Anyways, we do pick of the week where we go through the games that are new releases, and then we pick the one that we either want to play or we think is going to be the best one or anything like that. So like my pick of the week, of course, is going to be Final Fantasy 16. That's the one that I think is going to be the best one. Jake is a fucking cunt. But we'll just go around and like based off these 4 games, 6 Days in Fallujah, Sonic Origins Plus, Pikmin, and Final Fantasy 16. Jake, what's your pick of the week?
Oh, you make me go first, huh?
I mean, he's first one to my left, so.
I don't know, because I didn't really love the pricing and what they did with the original Sonic Origins. I would love to put Sonic Origins Plus as my favorite because I love the team that did it, love the games that's in it.
Yeah.
But probably Final Fantasy 16.
Yeah. Are you gonna try out the demo or anything, or are you just gonna like kind of wait till it goes down in price?
Just buy the game.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just buy the game.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Probably do it after I beat Spider-Man. Let's get it.
That's fair. Roger, how about you? Pick of the week? Is it? I mean.
Oh yeah, it's Final Fantasy
Final Fantasy
16.
16.
I'd like to play the 6 Days in Fallujah.
Me too. It's gonna have to wait though. Put on my wish list.
Same.
Ida, are any of these like? Do they stick out to you as games that you would maybe want to try?
So,
Yeah.
Final Fantasy's never really been my thing, but after watching my husband play the demo, cinematically it's beautiful. So
you could
might pick it up.
easily at least watch him play
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I think still have
Oh,
a pretty
yeah.
decent experience.
It's a beautiful game. Probably the
I played on my Game Boy, so bad game.
probably best looking game made. It's up there. It might be one of the best games.
On this
Yeah.
list, absolutely.
Yeah.
I have a couple complaints with like certain artistic styles, but it looks really,
Yeah.
really good.
The motion blur
Certain
kind of
complaints about
sucks.
Joshua.
Dude, and you can't turn it off. Like
No.
Can't.
that blows my mind.
They're adding it in an update. They did address
Okay,
it, and they
thank
said
God.
that they are going to add in an update the
Well,
motion blur.
I will wait to buy it until the motion blur update is out.
'Cause it is
that
kinda
is my
rough.
biggest pet peeve in gaming.
Same.
Yeah.
And it was the same thing with Uncharted 4. They would let you turn it down most of the way,
Mhm.
but until there was an update, you couldn't completely turn it off.
Yeah. So, all right, cool. Seems like we're all in agreement with Final Fantasy 16. Although, again, I recommend Pikmin, and then check out the 6 Days of Fallujah game if you're into co-op or multiplayer shooters. Looks good, and Sonic Origins Plus, I guess, too. No bad games this week.
I think like they finally addressed the issues.
Yeah.
Like the bugs that were plaguing like Sonic 3,
Mm-hmm.
they're fixed now.
Good.
Even though it should have been done a year ago. It's fixed now.
It is what it
Not,
is.
not authentic. Don't want it.
So, with that being said, do any of you, my 3 co-hosts, have any other questions, comments, concerns, discussions that you would like to bring up?
How come Ida wouldn't read the Pikmin?
Hey, you know that the internet cut out, tornado, right when it happened. It was
Oh,
wild.
you're in Kansas, I guess.
Yeah. Well, way to dox her.
He does that all the time. He talks.
I'm never
all of
coming
us.
back now. Wow.
She's gonna leave the state like right after
Good, our
this. She's
plan
like,
worked.
I moved to Michigan, guys.
Well, then you just keep doxing. Every single episode, she's got to move states because you keep doxing.
Mhm.
So, all right. Well, it sounds like that's the end of that. So, I would like to thank each and every one of you, Jake, Roger, Ida. Thank you so much for joining me. We had technical difficulties, but that's okay because I think we'll get them solved. We'll get them solved. There's always growing pains. Always like
Zencaster has burned us too many times lately.
I love Zencaster. I don't have a problem with it. Actually, all of you have had problems with it, but it's okay. I
I don't feel like it's on my end though. I think it's just the site just is
I
like.
think
oh,
it
no,
is.
You're done.
I think it is on your end, Jake, because the last 2
Yeah.
times it's just been you and me. You've had problems, but when it was me and Roger, no problems.
What am I supposed to do?
I don't
It's
know.
because I'm better than you. I'm sorry.
That's really what it is. Yeah. Anywho, thank you so much for listening and or watching. If you'd like to watch this and you're listening, go to youtube.com/thatoneandrew to see our beautiful faces. Or if you're watching us and like, man, I just wish there was a more convenient way without YouTube Premium. We're on Spotify, we're on Google Podcasts, and we're on iTunes. Now, big thing that I've been promoting lately, please rate us. Please. And that's going for you guys too, please. If we get, or rate us 5 stars. If you're not going to rate us 5 stars, fuck off. Don't rate us. But if you're going to rate us, please rate us 5 stars because that helps with the algorithm. I think we need 3 or 4 reviews for it to actually pop up, and I obviously rated it.
Wait on what?
Anything, Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts, just give it 5 stars, give it a like, share it with your friends and stuff. I'm going to talk with your sister, Roger,
Okay.
and see about getting that animated thing uploaded to the YouTube channel.
She would love to, I'm sure.
Either way,
I'll have no part of it, so.
Okay, gotcha. Either way, I'm gonna have that link in the description of the YouTube video. Regardless, check that out. Super awesome. If you want to do shit like that too, we're totally open for it. Totally up for it. If you want to make videos, kind of like
use time for us.
Yeah, if you want to take our audio and things like that,
switch boxes for our podcast. That'd be awesome.
The gaming block switch game. Yeah. One day, if we ever get big. I want to make video games. Like I have stories written down and things like that. Yeah,
you could make like YouTuber Simulator, but it's podcasting.
You're one sentence away from making me quit my job, so be careful.
Well,
listen, I'd be down to make a game. Let's see.
I have it written.
I got big ideas.
I have a JRPG.
I have ideas. Listen, you got ideas for a story. I got ideas for mechanics.
Well,
I got an idea for music.
Music.
We got our whole team. Bye, Roger.
Dude, we'd make a fucking absolutely sick RPG.
He's gonna program and do all of the entire game. We're just gonna be throwing ideas.
I want to help with RPG.
I think it'd be cool if there was a grapple hook in this game. Can you put a grapple hook in the game? But it's a 2D side scroller. You put a grapple hook in the game.
You can have a grapple hook in a 2D game. Anyways, we're getting
commando.
We're getting off topic. Anyways, thank you so much. If you want to support us, patreon.com/slightlyemp. Toss us a couple bucks. Roger's starving. He's so skinny.
Crazy. He needs to order some McDonald's on DoorDash.
Yeah.
Please sponsor Roger from suffering.
Yeah, please.
Finally buy a lamp so you can see his face.
Me too.
Well, he's got the light of us. If we weren't here, he wouldn't be able to see his face.
The light of us. Oh my goodness. Okay, that's it. Thank you so much.
The name of our game, The Light of Us.
We'll see you in the next episode. I'm gonna end the recording. 3, 2. Oh wait, you'll have to say bye. Okay, say bye.
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 Bye.